say, and by they I mean the people we're on the run from, that food is an ugly business. That food is intolerant and fake, even illegal. Well, I never saw food as an ugly business at all. I always saw it as, well, charming. I mean, this food charms you. It takes you in. It makes you feel welcome. Travel is like that. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. Hopefully, you leave something good behind. Just don't bite off more than you can chew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Friday Night Chew in the Chewniverse. My name is Anthony, and I'll be happy to be your head chef today. So the Chew Kickstarter has just ended, but there is a backer kit, everybody. Make sure to go ahead and check it out. We did get the last stretch goal, I believe, that was unlocked was actually a Pollo source book where you can kind of complete your own animal character to its fullest extent. So in the Battle of Many Herbs and Spices, the next time that we do this, I will create a full Pollo with those rules. It's going to be a lot of fun. But you can still go ahead and check out the backer kit, everybody, and check them out on Facebook as well. Thank you so much again to Imagining Games and Mitch Bustillos, as well as Weave the Tail, for hosting us yet another Friday. This is going to be session 6. It's going to be the beer chase. And we're going to have some fun amusement park rides for everybody. But before we go any farther, we'll go ahead and introduce our wonderful cast, starting in no particular order now with their wonderful and this new character arts for everybody. We'll go with a Colby Jack first.
Ooh, Colby Jack. That's me. Hi, everybody. I am Sam Scribbles, and tonight I will be playing the vegan, not pacifist Colby Jack. Super excited to see how everything goes tonight. Yeah, my mushroom earrings didn't come in, but I am absolutely loving this art. So it's gonna be a fun night. I'm ready for a food fight.
Yeah. So the vegan but not pacifist. The notebook and your character is holding in your art, I'm guessing, is actually a death list, of which many names have already been crossed off. But there's still quite a lot. Oh my God! There's
the real life
more
one.
to go, isn't it? Yeah, that's the real death note. Yeah. Moving on. Calliegh with the hat, both in life and in the art.
Yeah, Calliegh with the hat. I'm Dido. I play Calliegh, who is also not a pacifist. She was actually an assassin before she joined the FDA. Yeah, she's actually met one of the new perps before. Kind of has a little bit of a relationship with them. So this will be interesting, because the last time someone messed with someone that she was close to, they ended up not alive anymore.
Let's just say bad things happen to those who cross these agents. You know, they don't fool around. They were FDA trained. They're given standard issue weapons, and they use them. They really do. It's pretty scary. Moving on to the just as scary but equally sweet Dinah Maple with the wonderful food earrings.
Hey, this is Nikki. I am wearing lime and coconut earrings tonight, but I love Dinah's fork earrings, and have a fork and a spoon earrings myself. I am co-creator at TEATRPG, that's TEATRPG, and I'm also an educator. And I'm super excited to play Dinah Maple. She's our Irish-American granny who runs around with this group of people and tries to keep them out of trouble.
Usually
Nice.
working too, stopping wars. stopping entire wars, creating literal peace in regions of the world in large swaths of territory, with nothing but experience and sweetness. And then last but not least, the wonderful Bobby Bourbon. Take it away, Bobby.
Hey, yeah. I'm Rob Mulligan, the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. You can check us out on Twitch and YouTube. Lots of gameplay, tutorials, videos, all kinds of stuff from multiple game masters and sources. Just lots of cool stuff. Check it out. And in this game, I get to play Bobby Bourbon, who basically, he's a bit of a lowlife. He likes the sauce, and he's happy to be part of the team. He just kind of dropped into the team, and he's helping out every situation that he can. He usually is kind of a loner, so this is different for him. He's enjoying it. And also a shout out to Crosswire for the artwork. He's a good friend. He's been helping a lot of projects, and he did a great job on this character art.
Yeah, link in the chat.
So this is amazing art, by the way. Okay, so
yeah, we got to get a chef one.
We'll get the chef one later, but I'm really happy with this one too. So with the corkboard, as you can see, this is we're getting to Pepe Sylvia levels of connections at Oktoberfest. Last time we left our friends in Central America, Pollo and Guerrerillo and the rest, coming on over after really succeeding there. The USDA invaded prior to you leaving, and the actual head of the USDA went in and tried to take it out herself, Holly Pena. But it seems like the battle was going well. The last that you saw, you left with Admiral Honeybottom in the U.S. Navy and traveled to Italy, landing in Genoa, and then taking a party bus.
I thought that was Horny Bowels, Mr. Lieutenant Horny Bowels or something. I don't remember that.
It's the name is so.
I call them sweet
bums. Sweet bums, sugar bottoms. There's all kinds of. I'm sure each of those names he'd be equally happy with. Landed in Italy, took a party bus, classic college move. Destined for Oktoberfest. Everybody had beer. There was arm wrestling contests, and you squeezed all the info you could out of everybody. And when you got there, you already knew what was going on. Oktoberfest, everybody's happy. Everybody's having a good time. It's still a cultural event, but there's no beer. Almost nobody is drinking. And you know what? Most people are focusing on the food and the games, or anything else they can do, to get out of some boredom of the loss of that beer. It seems like only a couple of tents, in areas really have beer, and it seems only for a little bit of time. The last that we left off, Dinah and Colby were splicing, copying computers and hacking them at the same time and taking information. And the last piece of information we found out, two pieces really, that we really left off at, were that somebody was eating, or I should say, drinking, eating, it's kind of the same thing at this point, was schmeeding beer by the barrel and just completely devouring them, right? And so you start to get some idea of where the beer is going. Separate from that, Baron Hamm, who has drank enough of Bobby's bourbon to knock out, a horse, is completely on the floor right now, passed out, trying to take in the information that his daughter, Honey Hamm, was one of the Jellassassins, with leaving gelatin pieces of murder and people disappearing all over the tents. We find our agents back at the Hofbrau Festzelt.
Well,
it's like the largest tent. Yeah.
Let's not forget how they got to the point of getting that info was thanks to Calliegh doing a little makeup job so Bobby Bourbon can turn into good old Bobby business. A good straight shooter lives by the 9 to 5, and gets business done. Good old Bobby business.
It was
not at all shady.
Not at all.
It wasn't to the European Medicines Agency and the Deutsche Brauerbund, the two leading people in charge of guarding and organizing the event, the EMA being the European equivalent of the FDA, and the Deutsche Brauerbund being a local union of beer brewers and beer crafteries, places to get wonderful beer flowing here in Bern. Bobby Business was critical, and there was a whole like they fooled all the guards and everybody believed them. They had like a play fight. It was exactly what they needed to get in, and they did. So we're a little dejected right now, right? We found out some, Barons found out some harmful information. Nobody's drinking, right? But everybody's trying to keep their spirits. You're in the largest tent. Now this is the tent made for about 10,000 visitors during Oktoberfest. So it's like huge. It's like a massive, incredible structure with a lot of like international booths and people walking all around in classic dirndl dresses and lederhosen. Everybody's just still trying to play their games and have a good time. In the middle of the room, there is a pole where there is a wooden angel, Aloysius, where essentially when people get too warm being inside the tent together, they take off underwear or pieces of lower clothing and just throw it at this angel, at this character, who is meant to advise the the local government and never did because they got too drunk, right? And so that's what that's what we pay tribute to here in the tent. That's the central piece. While music is playing, it's the only place where there's a stage allowed for dancing, and there's access to the attractions nearby. We're going to start with some downtime, so everybody's going to have a chance to discuss amongst themselves of what they've seen, try to work the case, or connect and get rid of conditions or anything that they've got. Reduce the danger cluck, which I believe we are at 2 right now on the danger cluck. So take it away, my wonderful cast. That's where we're at.
Are they throwing their underwear at a statue?
It does appear that way.
Are we supposed to do that?
I'm certainly
feeling
not going
like-
to.
Bobby Bourbon goes commando, so I don't know if I can.
Why are we not surprised?
Oh gosh. Okay, so we need to find where all the alcohol has gone, apparently, even though it doesn't seem like these people really need it. Do you think we need to figure out what's on these flash drives, though, right?
So
I mean, we know a little bit.
Yeah, no, so you saw everything that like was important to see, really. You just created a copy of it because you rolled extra well, and you can take it with you, right, as a piece of evidence. I mean, because so far you've been traveling, but if you told anybody what happened, like who would believe you, right? Like a chicken is in charge of Central America right now, of large pieces of it. Like nobody, it's not exactly a lot to prove that claim.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Mama, if what you told me is true about the lady, it's probably best we look as we are now or completely different. Since she knows who we are, what we look like.
Right.
And I don't know, can you change the way you talk?
Rude.
I can
Only because
certainly try.
She has met us, so I don't know, maybe if we can change our look and our voice, and Callie starts talking completely different.
I can do a voice a little bit here. Can't get rid of
She
my
won't-
accent though, really.
She won't recognize us.
You're like,
Bobby, do you know who they're talking about?
I'm not sure.
Okay, at least I'm not the only confused one.
I mean, if we're changing voices, I could try to participate in that and change up my look and voice, but I don't think it would matter, would it?
y- The girl in the picture with the gelatin, from what Mama tells me, is Baron's daughter.
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl. Wait, what?
He has a daughter?
He does. She's
Right.
about 4 years younger
Luckily
than
he's-
I am.
Like he's a little passed out right now. Luckily, you didn't hear what I said, but yeah. Okay.
You turn over.
And
you see,
I've met her a few times.
Baron Hamm is
So she
passed
would know
out on
my
the table
voice.
next to you. She would. She would know your voice.
I pull
That's
a
the
only
couple
time I'd like
Doritos out of his
questions.
pocket.
I can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
a
he's-
real
you're
bad
used to this
American
stuff.
accent.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that.
That's the best I can do. Other than this voice.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, maybe if we just keep you looking young, she won't notice.
I mean, she knew me when I was younger, so if I look like myself but younger, it's not really going to work. I could look like a different old lady, or you can give me a mustache, I can be an old man.
Callie, why don't you do her up like you did me up for the Bobby business? Like maybe change up her whole look and you just look like different peoples.
I can do that. During all of this, I would also like to use 2 of my perks. The memory lane, where I can flash back to declare a connection between myself and a suspect, witness, or a perp, and it's going to be Honey Ham. And it'll just be simple because I've worked with Baron for a while. But it's a weekend night, and I'm out with dinner and drinks with Honey Ham. We're just enjoying a girls' night on the town. And so I don't have to spend appetite. I want to use Trouble My Old Friend, which invites trouble. And that trouble is me changing my accent. For now. And whatever else you decide.
Yeah, the trouble. Okay, so that's a fun one, right? So yeah, so flashback is just to recap, flashback is a mechanic in the game where you can kind of, it's a storytelling mechanic where you don't have to necessarily roll to see something. You can just kind of warp it into your flashback, and see what you get. In addition for those resistance in exchange for like a roll, right? In Callie's case, Calliegh doesn't have to lose the appetite for the flashback, and it can be extremely powerful. So in actuality, I'm going to make it even better, more rewarding, right? A situation, because it's a very severe flashback. The more complicated, the more appetite it should take, but again, you get to save that because of your playbook. So on your way in to the festival, you acknowledge that actually there was in the speck of your eye, there was a bit of like orange gelatin, like on the clothes of one of the people in the trench coat walking by you, and they were holding a travel bag. Okay, like they're on their way to the airport. The code on the tag was CDG. So it seems like you do recognize it to be Honey Ham. It seems like Honey Ham has departed Oktoberfest, but is going to an airport with that code. Right. So that's a lead for later. That's a great detail to add to the corkboard. as
What was
something
the
as
code?
a strong flashback. It was CDG.
Cat, dog, giraffe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So
And whenever we encounter them, I will know if they're lying or stretching the truth.
this is true. The trouble, however, is that because your trouble is tied to your family, and we'll have to invite trouble related to your family. In this particular case, um, to pop you out of your flashback and to join your friends, a tall, black-haired, but like orange cap wielding fellow to match almost your hat in a way, says, "Oh my God, my sister, I haven't seen you in so long. You don't remember me? It's Lucas."
What are you doing in Germany?
Oh. And he shows like his badge. And it says EMA, European Medicines Agency. Well, I was just
Really?
so
That's
proud
what
of
you're
you.
doing now?
Yeah. Come on, you left everybody and you joined the FDA, right? So I spent some time here in Germany, when I was in college, and then I thought, well, you joined the FDA, so like I should too, right? So I
How
joined
did
the
you
AMA.
even know I joined the FDA?
I mean, like, how could you not? You were sending like mom and pop like so much cash. You were keeping everybody afloat. You were telling us, you were
think
sending
the
us
FDA
pamphlets about.
pays that much, Lucas?
But I mean, you were telling us to like avoid chicken and stuff. Like you were acting like a narc. Like But it's okay. Like it's.
Because the chicken
I have
was
great
gonna
benefits.
kill you. You've been staying
Call
away
her a
from the
narc?
chicken, right?
No.
He did.
No.
Sorry. Lucas.
I don't know.
Everybody, this is my big brother, Lucas.
Oh, okay. Family, I get it now. Okay. I was about to get irate. You know where I come from. You don't start calling people the narc. The big accusation.
It's okay. Any
I think
friend of
covered
my
in
sister is a
gelatin.
friend of ours.
As Colby is like writing in her notebook after he says his name.
The death list. He offers. He pulls out a little platter and he has like he's like, would you? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Would you like a Bavarian pretzel? And like offers Dinah like a pretzel with like slathered in like German mustard and salt.
She takes it and looks at it, smells it. Is there anything I can roll to see, like, to make sure that this is not somebody being sneaky and bad?
Yes.
Would I know
Okay.
if he's trying to be sneaky or bad? I mean, he is my brother.
He is your brother. I would love rolls from both.
Oh, it's your brother. It's her brother doing it. Okay.
Yeah. But that's
Well,
but that's
what am
okay.
I-
He's handing you the pretzel right now. Well, it's whichever attribute that you think fits, and then just give me like a one of your traits that you think would apply.
I mean, honestly, the only one that really makes sense is instinct, and I'm gonna go with well-aged. She's too experienced to trust people. So that mean I get to roll 2d6 instead of 1?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. 4 and a 6.
Okay, right? So it's a pass. He's obviously sweaty, overly sweaty. Like, in fact, he's so sweaty he should probably be taking off his undershirt and throwing it at the angel. But he's not. And he looks like he's hiding something.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him, and I'm going to put on my sweetest smile. And I want to use saccharin, and I want to say, "Oh, thank you, dear." But I couldn't eat it without having a friend to help me. You see, I've got such a small old lady granny stomach. So how about you have a bite of it first? Take a nice big old bite of it, so that I'm not eating so much of it.
I guess that makes sense. And he eats like half of it, and then hands you like an uneven pretzel, a little soggy. Back.
Ugh. I picture it
And nothing
soggy from
happens?
his upper lip sweat.
That looks very unappetizing. You expect her to eat something after you just ate it?
I'm trying to be nice, Calliegh.
What are you trying to do to her?
It looks like it's been pre-dipped in some upper lip sweat too. That's I don't know.
Right. I just remembered I'm not really hungry.
I'm gonna grab him by his scruff real quick, and I want to pull him away from the group.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing here, but as far as they are concerned, my name is Calliegh. And don't drink anything that guy gives you, and I point to Bobby Bourbon.
Hey,
yeah. Well,
Are you doing?
What kind of shit is this?
what kind of shit is this? But I already knows, Calliegh. You know, like I'm in the EMA, all right. Like we know about you guys. You know, you're blacklisted. You're on the run.
What's new?
I know. It's okay. Listen, I think we're trying to do the same thing. As you can see, nobody is enjoying Oktoberfest the way they should, and we need to get our beer back. Like, if you're here to help us, like let's come with you, right? No, I'll help you. We'll team up.
I don't really do. Okay, I do teams a little bit more now.
Just come on. It's just that I'm your brother.
Don't do
okay?
business with family.
I'd probably lean into Calliegh a little bit and just hey, we do need someone to drag around Mr. Deadweight Hamm over here. He seems like he's gonna be passed out the whole time. Maybe you could piggyback on your brother's back or something the whole time.
Oh, I can do that. He goes and he picks up. I'm sorry. Yeah.
By the legs, so like Hamm's upside down, his legs are like this. You know what I mean, like that.
Back counter. He's just straining.
Have you ever tried to pick up a toddler when they don't want you to? So I can't imagine like
It's all
Barry
dead
must
weight.
weigh so much.
Yeah, and it's just so he's just straining on it, trying his best to to drag him around, and he's like already red faced and puffing, but able to do it. He's like, if this is what I gotta do, I'm willing to do it.
I love the idea that Dinah could fully make like a cart right now, and she's just gonna watch this guy struggle instead.
Keep some wheat.
Oh my god! At least give him a pair of Heelys. At least let him roll away. No, I'm joking.
But in all of the confusion, I don't think what we need is here.
So, that was just like little prologue to get into it, make sure we were on the same page of what was going on. But we'll do like regular downtime stuff now, and we'll roll it kind of quickly, and then get back really into the free play aspect of it, and then get started with some of these leads, of which we've already might have a couple. So, for downtime, again, like the real three important ones is to connect, to rest and recover, and to work the case, right? And so everybody can kind of choose one, and then we'll go in groups of whoever would like to do whatever it is. If people want to connect to with either like Calliegh, if you want to connect with Lucas, or if you want to connect with others around you, or with each other, that's possible. For sometimes for information, but sometimes just because you want to just relax in your downtime. Rest and recover is actually what you would do to get rid of appetite or conditions, or at least get down the danger cluck, of which we do have 2 currently on the board right now, and 2 more would result in some catastrophe. Or work the case and kind of generate clues based on what we're putting together right now. So we'll see how that goes.
Personally, I'd like to work the case a little. I got, full appetite. I don't got any conditions. I'm pretty good on that end.
Working the
2.
case. So it's 1.
Yeah. That's my vote.
Dinah, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? I have no I have nothing checked off for appetite, and I don't have any conditions, so I would like to use my downtime to get rid of one of the danger clucks.
All right. So we're
No?
popping a leg out the bucket.
Catastrophe.
Oh, you like catastrophe?
Colby wants things to burn.
Yeah.
Sam does.
Sam wants things to burn so Colby can shoot more people. No, that's the real conspiracy. Everybody gets
In that case, instead of doing that, Dinah's going to connect with Colby. If that's cool.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. We'll go by we'll just have everyone say like which one they're doing, and then we'll.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll actually start. And we'll get to it. So, Calliegh, what would you like to do?
I need to get rid of my manipulative condition, so it might take me a minute to figure out how else to lie to my allies.
Gotcha. And yeah, everybody, we are close to our retweet goal, so if you can hit that, I'll give everybody some appetite, make them even stronger, hungrier for some of these pretzels, hopefully non-soggy, lip-sweated pretzels.
Oh, God.
All right.
Pre-dip,
So
upper lip sweat.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Calliegh. Did you say worth the case or connect or?
No, I'm gonna try and figure out how else to lie to somebody to get rid of my manipulative.
Oh, are you
condition.
gonna lie to somebody else? Okay, that's an easy one. Okay, so that's a fun one to do. And then Colby, what would you like?
I mean,
to do?
I've already lied 3 times since the session started, but I think I need to think of something else.
We could do a 4th lie, and I think that would be sufficient. Colby, that's a lot of lying. Colby, what would you like to do?
Golly. I think Colby is also going to work the case. Just like go back over all the data that she got on her laptop. Just like make sure she didn't miss anything.
All right. So we'll start with the majority. So Bobby and Colby can work the case together. So both of you can roll 1d6. And if you have any appropriate traits that you think could be used to add a d6, a quirk that could be used to add a d6, or if you had any perks that you could use to add a d6 as well, let me know. And let's try and get this as high as we can.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna rest and recover.
You said traits, or did you mean approaches or something?
Yeah. So an approach. Yeah, any of your approaches, or your perks, or your quirks. If anything that you could possibly use to push the envelope, I'd love to hear some ideas.
Yeah, I don't think I have much to help with the case.
Let's see here. I'm going to
Yeah, I think my main focus would probably be, so I would just roll 1d6, right? Just make sure that.
Yeah. If you just wanted to not use any of your particular approaches. Let's see what you got. A 2. It's gonna be a failure on the Bobby.
I guess I would
Colby
put
did do
a
good.
coolant. Yeah, I guess I would put a cool with it because Bobby's main focus would probably be on Baron's daughter, wondering what she
Okay.
has to do with it, and
Glad you said
probably
that.
trying to play it cool because he did slip up and was like, "Hey, she's a good-looking broad," but wait, that's whose daughter? Luckily he was asleep, so maybe I got an extra. That didn't help much at all. So that
Colby,
didn't
We're not very good at working the case together.
Colby did get a 4, so this is how we can stamp it. So, Bobby, you weren't able to figure anything out, right? But you're trying to think about, as you said, right? Honey ham and the gelatin, right, and how she's connected, right, from what you found out on the tapes. You're trying to look around for gelatin in this 10 of 10,000 people, and Colby, you do succeed. You see Bobby struggling, right? And you try, because you're working together, you see him struggle, and you actually do notice something. However, the both of you intently staring, with not eating, not drinking, doing nothing, just like scanning for people, intensely thinking and reviewing like information, just very stressed. People take a little bit of worry to it, especially in a time where everybody's already so stressed or tense. And I'm going to add 1 to the danger clock. You're now 3 out of 4 chicken wings away from some catastrophe, right, or some complication of grand measure. However, you do succeed, and you see gelatin trails leading outwards to like the amusement section, where you can see a lot of like the rides and the shows, just sort of like the wider areas that aren't necessarily for drinking. It's just like kind of a World's Fair type situation.
And you said Colby noticed that?
Like you both together in the end. So you're working the case together, right? And then so in the end, Colby's able to, point it out to you and then tell you, I'm sure. But
yeah, because I would imagine the second Colby points it out to me, or I guess if you want to notice it, you could point it out to me however you would. Because obviously I was struggling with those roles.
So Colby is actually, she used the obsessed trait. She is absolutely like totally taken aback that Baron, her mentor, has a daughter that she didn't know about. And so she's like literally just like pushing through the crowd. She is down on all fours on the ground, like looking over everything to like try and find a lead until like finally like she like sees this gelatin. So yeah, she's like definitely stirring up the crowd to notice them and causing more danger that way, but she is like dead set on finding this. But once she sees that gelatin on the ground, she like immediately grabs Bobby's arm and just like yanks him so that he could like see it as well. Like, and she's like this small girl, but she's pretty strong and just like yanks you with all her strength to get you to see what she has found. Bobby, do you see that?
What is that? What looks like it goes off in the distance there. What does it head to? What is?
Oh, but this has to be a clue. Do we get the others or do we just go?
Well, probably grab the others. I mean, this is some of that Jello shit. I mean,
yeah, I mean, Jello's not just going to disappear. We can see where it goes. But she'll take a couple pictures, like on a little camera, like a Polaroid that she pulls out of her like backpack.
And Bobby would pick up some of it and smell it to see, does it have an alcohol smell? These Jello shots are just straight up sugar Jello? What is this shit? Does it seem like it's alcohol or?
Yeah, and most of it is alcoholic, but at least like the confectionists are trying to have some fun where they can, and so they're using some of the gelatin found near these people's disappearances, and at least they're making candy out of it.
Please don't tell me you're gonna lick that. Please don't.
No, I was just checking to see, you know, if it was some
Okay.
Jello shots or what this was. If it was top
Brought it
shelf,
very close
bottom
to your
shelf.
face.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're probably hungry, but yeah, not that. Yeah, let's go get the others. If we can figure out who this gal is, that would be fantastic. We could question her about Baron, and
Yeah,
other
I
things.
mean, yeah, if this stuff has been on the scene everywhere that this has been, and then all of a sudden his daughter's with this, and now we're finding it on the scene, it leads off here to these rides. Or absolutely, let's grab the team and see where this goes to.
Briefly, like she'll like stop Bobby before like they completely get to Calliegh and Dinah. But what if we have to kill her?
Well, you know, I'm not big on violence and all that good stuff, but you know, we have to do what we have to do. I don't know. At least he's passed out for the moment. I know that sounds kind of dark, but
Yeah, we might need to make sure he stays passed out.
You know,
Like
what's that
not
saying?
permanently, but
Right? No, I get it. No.
yeah,
But
okay.
what's that saying? The lives of few to save the many, sort of thing, or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess we'll have to cross
I like
that
that.
bridge when we get there.
It's a good
When
one.
we get there. It's pretty intense interaction. It's kind of it's high stakes. You both know it, and you know a lot was learned there, and
I mean,
that'll be
well, worst case scenario too. I mean, if it gets violent, she does have armpits, right?
It's true.
You just
Two of
call
them.
Anybody that-
Calliegh. Yeah, you know. I mean, if shit hits the fan, you know.
anybody that has an armpit is a target, which is everybody.
I know a particular girl that can
Armpits are the
take
only
care of
requirement for
things.
death.
Right.
Man, you learn fast. This I guess is what the FDA is all about. Armpit shots. But yeah, let's go get Mama Maple and Calliegh.
Yeah.
That's
So
not something that you say at Oktoberfest.
yeah, so someone looks by you who's like, it's like I'm like
Walk
hold my
away.
drink.
People get desperate when there's no beer.
The person you were yelling at's lederhosen tightens up and he runs. So we will move to Callie's rest and recover, which is it's exactly getting rid of your condition, of your manipulative condition. That's what rest and recover would be used for. So you just you've already told 3 separate lies. These are all pretty good in the case of getting rid of your manipulative condition. I would just say let's blurt out one more lie, and who are you gonna lie to or what about to get that off?
I kind of wanted to wait until Dinah and Colby were back. They kind of did theirs.
Okay,
but
going.
I do have one off of what Colby and Bobby did.
Okay. What would you like to lie about?
So like at the end of their conversation, I think Calliegh would just kind of come up behind them without them knowing it and whisper into Colby's ear, "I'd shoot her if I'd have to."
Oh. I mean, yeah, that's what we were talking about. As long as Baron knows it was you and not either of us.
That'll be our last
I mean, he
line.
doesn't have to know either way. She could just disappear.
I mean,
People disappear
you
all the
could-
time.
Try to make it look like an accident, like some faulty deodorant thing or something. I don't know.
We could shove her into some rocks and say she got transported in time.
That's pretty dark.
Sorry,
it's
so was
pretty-
it that people disappear
Oh.
all the time and it reminded me of Outlander? Where she disappeared into some rocks?
I'm trying to lean into this goofy armpit shit, and she's taking a really dark, a hard left turn over here. I'm like,
Bobby's like, armpits, am I right? And then Callie just comes in the dark shadow with the eye covered, like, they will all fall.
she's like, well, the last half dozen times I had to get rid of a body, I did it this way.
Yes. Yeah.
Gets all serious.
God. Oh shit.
Bobby, you seem pretty tame for Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was more of a mouthpiece, you know. I'd get shit done, but I don't like to get my hands too dirty, you know.
Makes sense. Hey, we'll try
That's
and keep your
admirable.
hands clean.
It's admirable.
He's more on the
then-
sneaky side of shit, you know.
Very sneaky.
Colby and I'll do
that-
the killing. You can cover it up.
I like that.
Cover up the kids. Yeah,
Hopefully it
it's-
doesn't come
it's
to that,
okay for
right?
you-
I just don't like her name. But that's a me thing.
The honey or the ham?
Both.
So you have
Very
to
non-vegan.
ban.
Half, yeah. More so when he's covered in Dorito dust, but that's also a different topic.
While this is going on, while Baron is passed out, Dinah's using this as an opportunity to get his measurements, and because she's been knitting him a sweater and he won't let her have his measurements, she's over there measuring Baron. And then making Callie's brother flip him over so she could get a full chest measurement.
Lucas is like, come on, stay still. He's just trying to keep him straight. It's very difficult for him to do so, but it is successful, and that's so sweet. What a nice thing to do for Baron. He's clean right now. You know, someone dipped his fingers in beer and got rid of the Doritos dust on his little fingies, so he's you know, he's not getting Lucas Doritos dust all over Lucas's EMA suit and whatnot. So Callie, your lie is successful, and you do lose your manipulative condition. And then for the last act of downtime, we will move to Dinah, who is going to try to connect with Colby about what's going on.
So at some point in their like in their downtime, Dinah goes out of her way to find a vegan bakery and says, Colby dear, I found a place. I thought we could go for some tea or some coffee if you'd like to.
Yeah, sure. Now?
It's vegan. Right.
Oh, yeah, sure. That'd be fantastic.
Grand. And so she takes her to the bakery, and when they sit down, she looks at Colby and says, how are you feeling, dear? About ridding us of our problem of that Freddy Sketty?
I mean, I know you guys like had a relationship. Are you mad at me?
Not at all, dear. That was over long ago.
Usually I hate the thought of taking lives, at least animals, but to me, humans are just disgusting. We're horrible to each other.
I can't disagree.
And if I can take out a person that is trying to harm the world, then isn't that a good thing to do?
It is. But I know that Calliegh is an assassin, but even some of the people that she kills can make her feel a bit bad. So I just wanted to check in with you. I also wasn't sure, based on the age that you are, if that was the first person that you killed.
She kind of pauses, staring down at her coffee mug. No, it wasn't.
Right. Well, if there's anything you want to talk to me about, I'm here.
Thanks, Mama.
Oh my god.
Now eat your pie, dear.
I can't believe they got the crust this flaky without using any animal products. I need the recipe.
Would you
Wait,
like
so
me to ask for it?
Colby,
Yeah?
did you take a bite of the pie already?
Yeah?
Okay. So, as a Ceebopath, you experience everything that ever happened in every particle of anything that you eat, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you as Dinah, as basically said, offers to provide this recipe for you, you are taken on this journey of this like little grain, growing over generations until finally, blooming its last life, being used, processed, taken, and then baked into the pie later. Where the fruits were grown, the flour that was created, and the fact, like every aspect of it, and it fills you, right? A hand reaches out from the crowd, and places it on your shoulder, kind of jolting you back to reality. And it's this woman in a traditional dirndl dress with a bow in black in color tied behind the back, signifying most likely that she's a widow of some kind. And it's like, oh, It seems like you were having a bit of a spell there. But obviously you have such a wonderful friend to take care of you. Now, do you experience weird things with food? She's kind of like, are you okay with food things?
Colby's eyes like dart over to Mama Maple for a moment. I mean, maybe. Why are you asking? It's just a good pie.
Me and my sisters are trying. Basically, she whispers that her and her sisters are trying to wrangle up anybody that has any sort of weird reactions or food powers, things that they don't understand or they can't control, that they were born with, that they don't really have a support system for, because they didn't, right? She comes from a society of quirk havers, of food quirk havers, that are trying to consolidate like a network of support for it, because nobody talks about it openly, and they don't really have any help. So she's kind of worried about you.
Colby sort of smiles. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. And she like places a hand softly on top of Mama Maple's. But you should try this pie. It's amazing.
While this was happening, Mama Maple was talking to the people at the next table over, because she's that kind of friendly old lady. So she missed
So
out
wait,
on everything, and then as soon as the hand gets placed on her hand, she turns back to Colby and, "Is everything okay, dear?"
Of course. Just call me if you need anything. And she hands you a card made of purple gelatin with her phone number on it.
It's
And
made
then
of
she walks off.
gelatin.
Yeah, it's made of purple gelatin. She walks off. It's hard. It's like
Want me to
solid
take it,
though.
dear?
It's squishy, but
Yeah,
it's
but
solid.
gelatin is not vegan.
It's the vegan. It's the vegan thing.
It's not. It's made from like
It's not.
the-
Yeah, bones. The bones.
Is her name on the card?
No, just her number.
Okay.
That's so spooky. It's a spooky card.
I'll at least write down the number. Maybe that will be enough. Whoever owns this number is on my list.
Did they come back to the rest of us and let us know about all that?
So they're still connecting, you know, and they can continue to connect if they'd like. I just wanted to interject when Colby ate the pie and the Siva path took over. It also is a detail added to the corkboard, but they're still there.
That was weird. Should we call this number with the others or just ignore it? This is gelatin.
It's always good to have friends. And I kind of like secret societies.
Do you have experience with secret societies?
Yeah, well, wait, what?
Well, dear, we're kind of in our own, aren't we?
Yeah, guess you're right. This one's a lot better
Let's have
than the other
Callie
ones.
check it out before we make. I'm sorry.
No, this society is a lot better than the other ones I've been in, so this is fantastic.
We'll have to swap stories sometime. Meanwhile, we can have Callie look into this, see if there's anything dangerous there, and then we can go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
And then she asks about your childhood and tells you stories from when she was a young agent in the FDA, or the USDA. She's in the USDA and then FDA, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she tells you the story about how she recruited Baron, which is Buck Wild. And yeah. We have a very pleasant afternoon over pie.
Such a beautiful respite.
All
Just
pie
a
is
nice
good
little-
pie.
It's true.
All right, so I'm guessing you guys make your way back to the Hofbrau-Festzelt, to the spot you were, and you encounter Bobby and you know, back again, who's still about that, the gelatin that they found earlier. Now that gelatin was green and yellow and leading out towards the rides, and you have a purple gelatin card to call as well. In addition, Callie is just lying as much as possible. So that's currently what's going on. The angel Aloysius does have about, I would say, at least 25 items of undergarment stacked right now.
You know, everything with my brother and the lost beer. Honey's not here anymore. I saw her leave when we were coming in.
you
She had
sure?
luggage?
'Cause do we follow that? Because Bobby and I found a trail of orange gelatin, and then Colby like points over to Mama Maple, and some weird lady gave us a card of gelatin.
She wasn't
There's-
any
Is it
weirder than any
orange
of
or
us.
green?
It was purple.
Yeah, purple on the card.
Wasn't it purple?
Orange on the ground. Or is it green?
I thought it was green on the ground.
I don't.
Is green and yellow on the ground towards
Oh, there you go.
towards the rides, and then a purple card with a number on it that Colby and Dinah found.
And I think Honey's was orange.
Honey's was orange.
Well,
Indeed. That is correct.
I personally I prefer grape over lime and lemon or whatever on the ground. I don't want like ground jello, but to be honest, I wouldn't mind going over and checking out these rides and stuff too. So I don't know. I'm torn. Do we call the number? Do we follow the trail?
I mean, we
This
can
would be free play.
multitask. Honey went out the way we came in with orange gelatin. I mean, just because she had gelatin on her and she was seen with the guy drinking the beer doesn't necessarily mean she was the one using the gelatin.
Does that not kind of feel like caught red-handed? I mean, come on. I don't know.
So Callie's trying to think back because she's known Honey for about as long as she's known Baron. She's closer to Honey than she is Baron. Honey's the only reason she tolerates Baron.
Right.
Has she ever exhibited food-related abilities like her dad has with his Doritos?
She just, that she loved oranges. She just ate it at every possible occurrence. And so what really stands out to you is not whether or not she had the power beforehand, but that orange was definitely already her color, right? And so it's easier to connect it that way than it is by remembering an occurrence where she was around gelatin.
Well, orange is her color.
Oh, I mean,
Was she heading in the direction of whatever this amusement park that they were talking about?
Honey, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Honey was leaving. Honey was leaving the fairgrounds, basically out back towards like the bus station, like connection to anywhere. The important identifying factor was the CDG code on the travel pic.
I mean, she had luggage and she was leaving, so she's a flight risk. I don't.
Flight risk.
Follow...
I mean,
but I lost her at the entrance, so probably the trail of Jello that you guys found into the farther in might be the way to go. Maybe when Baron wakes up, we can have him get a hold of his daughter, and maybe we can track her that way.
guess we're going to the fair.
Yeah.
Everybody leaves the Hofbrau Festelt as they. You see more people throw undergarments as it gets warmer and warmer, and people start eating. There's more dancing. There's more singing. It seems like emergency rations of beer have arrived, at least in small amounts, and there's enough for at least that tent to operate normally. It is made for the visitors, so at least they can kind of uphold their tourist reputation, and that the next year make sure that they have another 10,000 to fill a tent. You make it outside and you see some actually this is a very real thing, world-class attractions, right? that are super guile, right? Super cool. Um, there's it like there's like Ferris wheels, like sandbag slides. There's like classic like kind of World Fair attractions. But some of the cooler ones include like the Skyfall, which is the world's largest drop tower that can be like kind of taken apart and put together in another place. Like the carousel rides, and then like the carousel spinners where you sit in like a little chair and it spins you. Like I got really scared of those when I was younger, so I still speak upon them with fear. And of course, like a giant, huge Ferris wheel that everybody loves. There's also a couple of animal attractions, usually like a mini zoo section or like a little, like a petting zoo type thing. But you see most everybody around the rides and the pens and stables that would normally contain animals gone, with green and yellow gelatin all over and police tape blocking off the area.
So there are no penned animals.
No, there are no animals of any kind. There should be.
I guess those really were your people, Colby.
As long as they freed them.
I think, Lucas, you might just come in handy. Getting us past that, police tape there.
Okay, all right. We did put it there. That's fine. Look, I'll just tell you what happened, all right? Some person freed the animals. Yeah, you're right, Colby. Yeah, it was true. They did get freed, but I mean, they were meant for the zoo. They should have, whatever. It's not my place to judge. They let them out.
No animal is
and-
meant for the zoo. Do you want to be put in a pen, Lucas?
I already feel
And
like I'm in
gawked at?
one when I already feel like I was in one when I lived with my sister. That kind of points out Kelly is like embarrassing brother moment. Just tries to deflect.
Colby doesn't think it's funny and is completely straight faced as she's looking at him.
Starts to sweat some more. Starts to dart his eyes. Listen.
Hey, big bro, you think I'm scary?
Yeah.
Try facing a vegan with a gun.
Like, looks around again, sweats more, drenches through even the top jacket at least a little bit, and he has to take it
They
off.
get a little more vicious
dry a
when
little
there's an
bit.
actual cause.
Listen, you should be happy. The animals were freed, but the reason that we didn't notice is because they were replaced with what we thought were animals until the kids started eating them, and they were gelatin animals that they left behind in their place, made of green and yellow gelatin, that looked and almost moved in that animal's movement for a little bit until some kids noticed that they were just sugar, and they just started and they found like one kid like named Hans with like some lederhosen floating in a hippo of yellow gelatin, kind of eating his way into it and out of it.
Maybe we don't need to find these people.
It's kind of weird. I mean, saving the animals, replacing them with another animal product. I don't know. I mean, it's good. Let the animals free and stuff, but that's kind of weird leaving the Jello there, right?
I agree. Maybe it's...
Are they really helping the animals, or maybe they were taking them for their own thing to make more weird Jello stuff? I don't know. Maybe it's some weird cycle, like which came first, the animal or the Jello?
What kind of animals were in these? Bobby, that's a very good point. What kind of animals were in these pens?
I like how you patronize it. Like, very good point, Bobby. Okay, now back to the adult question.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to. That's a very good point. We've dealt with
perfect
animals.
That's exactly how it
good,
should
though.
be for Bobby.
Oh my god. So yeah, why are they leaving the Jello? And yeah, you don't know where they've gone to, or what they're doing, but the motives do seem a little more unclear.
So they've stolen a
say we
hippo.
either-
What other animal did they take?
There
Or
was
did
a
they let
hippo
free?
there was a hippo with an artificial swamp that they've let out. There was about 6 horses. There were about 3 cows, 3 like Highlander cows, like long-haired, beautiful little fluff masters, and a couple sheep. Maybe like a couple bunnies as well. The classic princess
Us-
cavalcade.
It seems like there's nothing right here for us. We need to either call that number or keep following the trail and see what else we find. I mean,
Maybe we'll get a better view from the Ferris wheel.
Am I the only one that sees it?
Sees what?
The cybernetic hippo, alpaca-like animals, and sheep. That is what they let free. Or took.
Traumatized. Traumatized. The farm animal.
Are the
I feel
animals
like they have-
anywhere to be found?
No. I mean, well, that's not entirely true. We saw 2 of the horses about 5 miles south, and it seems like they were just let out into the forest. You know, they just got them far enough away that we really couldn't see them, and at least for those.
Good for the horses.
If they're horses.
They're gonna pull a gun on you, Colby. You don't trust an animal anymore.
Don't do
I'm
this
just
to
saying,
me.
Watch-
check out where they were
watch
seen.
your armpits.
Watch our armpits, everybody. The raccoons have an upper hand.
Is this Jello vegan? Is any of this Jello vegan? Can Colby tell?
It just has aspartame. It's sugar free. That's all it is. It's not vegan.
Okay. So who knows what they're doing with the animals, like Bobby said, and replacing it with animal products.
Colby, you said earlier that you wanted to go to the Ferris wheel and look at the top. There's 2 ways to get to the top. There's Skyfall, and there's also the carousel with the chairs, and there's also the Ferris wheel. Any of those 3 would give you a significant vantage point.
Yep, because Colby totally just wants to ride them for the vantage point. Which one do you think, Bobby? All 3 of these are really high. We could totally get a good look around.
Let's do the Ferris wheel.
Yay!
It's classic, you know. Two people per booth. We could pretend like it's a date night.
Colby just like blushes really red. Yeah. I mean, no,
It's not really
just
what are we
work.
supposed to do with Baron?
Just stay down here.
Lucas is gonna so
2 to a-
if it's 2 per booth, I imagine
2 to
Bobby
a
would like to go
booth.
with Colby, Callie with Dinah, and Lucas with with Baron and Ham.
Dead weight ham.
Dead weight Ham.
But again, I picture he sits in the thing, and then Baron's legs are still facing up, like in the booth. You know what I mean? Like he's upside down. Like you still like just sit him down in the booth upside down to ride the Ferris wheel.
He's leaning against the glass to use the support of the wall to like carry him. So Baron just like smudged up against the glass, in like little later hosen for everybody to see.
We're gonna have to take a lot of pictures of him for blackmail purposes.
So let's do teams. One of each booth will roll to search, and then the other will add with a d6. In addition, I will give both teams a chance to use a devil's bargain to either to succeed with a complication of some kind. Both of you can choose to take the devil's bargain and succeed, both with a complication. So let's go with the team that suggested the thing first. Colby, you can pick your partner first of all, because I don't want to pick for you, and then we'll see who you designate as primary roller.
Yeah. No, she goes with Bobby.
Okay, still with Bobby. Okay, so Bobby and Colby, you hop on. Who would like to be the primary roller, Bobby or Colby?
I can. This is going by our attributes, right?
Yeah. So you can, if you're like the standard amount of d6s that you'll get will be your attribute, but then you can add another one if you have an approach or a perk that you think would be really helpful in the situation.
Because I can roll 3 if I go with instinct. This is for looking out over, scoping out the area, right?
Okay.
That would
using
probably
instinct.
be better then, because I think I can only do 2.
2. Okay.
But can she lend a hand so that he could have 4?
For sure. So for Colby, you can roll me 1d6, and Bobby, you can roll me 3. But if you have another approach or a perk that you want to add, you can add another one too, Bobby, unless if you have one that you'd like to use.
As far as for looking out, I don't think any of my perks would work. Any of my approaches. Nah, they're more social and things like that. But with instinct, I at least have 3. Just kind of scoping out the area, like I might do back in the day when I'm, scoping out a mark or a location.
You give the greaser lean. You just kind of look out and the scoping. Okay.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So we got 3 crits. We got three crits on this.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's actually beautiful. It's probably going to be one of the best rolls that we've had before. This was an in control roll with a standard effect, but the crits are definitely going to increase that effect up to great. In addition, it's also just going to it's just going to be perfect. Okay, so both of you look out, and what you see is what seems to be a person in medieval gesture clothes with bells on the end of the hat, with like a yellow gelatin whip and 2 platforms with a lime and a like with a green and a yellow gelatin lion bouncing a ball back and forth, with a seal in the middle trying to bounce the ball up and get it out. And so he's trying to like do some gesturing and keep these animals into doing a show. This is in between a couple of the tents in a sort of wooded area, where there seems to be like nobody, almost like a service area, where only maintenance workers would be. It seems pretty empty right now, but you can see it pretty directly from here. The jester looks around and senses, like, you get that feeling you're being watched, but doesn't really know what's going on and just goes back to playing this game with his gelatin animals.
I know I've drank a little bit, but that is really bizarre. Do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, I had something to drink too, but that actually makes me a little more clear-headed. That's there. That's happening. That's crazy. I don't know these. But I mean, hey, there's some gelatin, there's some jello animals. I think we know where we need to go and investigate a little bit here. What the hell what is going on there?
Your booth passes through. Dinah and Calliegh, his booth comes out, and you're allowed to observe as well. You can look at the same, you can try to look for the same thing, or you know, you can look for something else.
Are
as
we
well, or
able
just do a general
to-
observation.
Yeah, like if we see it, since I mean those booths aren't that far apart, as we're passing, are we able to go, hey, get a look at that when you hit the top? You know, we able to kind of point it out.
This is like a beautiful, modern, like huge Ferris wheel. So they're actually like sealed glass pods. But
okay.
you can bang on the wall and just like try to motion
Yeah.
over like as much as you can. Like,
Please don't tip this thing over.
I that's good because I see Bobby as the type who would try and spit on the car in front of them.
Maybe
Yeah,
not
it's
that
what's
vulgar, but I
inspired.
definitely throw some goobers or some milk duds or something in.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can Bobby
You
and
know-
Colby, like, after they see this, totally just, like, be sitting together, like, trying to, like, throw things at the other carts and just, like, laughing
it's
together?
yeah, it's in the glass, so you can like scare other people. You can like throw things at
Yeah.
the wall at the, you know, and then the other people will be like, why are? It's like road rage. Like,
We
why are
just,
these
like,
people
duck.
throwing? Oh, they can't see me in this clear glass
This
pod.
glass.
Okay, so Calliegh and Dinah, what would
Sorry.
you? I'll say that you notice them, and you generally see the direction that they're pointing in. What would you guys like to do in the Ferris wheel?
You know, as we were going up, like, well, I guess while Bobby and Colby were doing their looking, you know, Mama, I find it really convenient that we've separated Montero from his cybernetics and his alpaca troop, and now a cybernetic hippo is missing. Horses, cows, and sheep. I mean, I know Colby took the information, but that doesn't mean that Montero lost it.
Right.
I think instead of focusing on this Jello person, maybe we should look and make sure that the animals were actually freed and not taken.
I have a feeling that Colby would be interested in that plan as well.
So, to this great music, who would you like to designate as the primary roller to search for
Probably
real
Calliegh.
animals?
I'm good at talking to people. I'm not good at noticing things.
I have 3 stars in training, so would that be 3
Yeah.
or 4?
Yeah, that would be 3, unless you have a perk or an approach that you think would be able to help you
Or
here
if
in
I'm helping?
particular. Yeah, you will also add 1, Dinah. So I would love for you to roll a d6 as well and see if
Oh, me?
if yeah, and see if you can add to the because there'll be 1 primary, 1 secondary. You can help, of course.
Did I use my quirk to make No, that's not a simple machine to make binoculars. Or a...
That's totally a simple machine. No, that's fine. I would love that. Yes.
So-
Yeah, I know how to use a scope.
Mama, what kind of candy should I use for this? Ooh, you know those
pull out your bag. All the
you know
different
those
things.
straws, the cookie straws? So she pulls
Yes.
out pulls out a stack of cookie straws, and she puts that together with some Twizzlers and like wrapped it around and get a little scope going for Calliegh and hands that over. So is it still
That's
just
so
1d6
cool.
from me?
Yeah,
Can I do
it'll be
2
one. You know what? I want to say 2 because you added a quirk. That's just so cool. And we're gonna need it because there's 2 failures from Calliegh right now.
4
Okay.
to 5?
Yeah, great. No, that's you pass. You're the reason. So Callie's like, you know, completely like unable to see anything, and you hand.
Like, try
you know, you
this
hand her
here.
this, like,
I love the idea that this old lady who has terrible eyesight just handed you a telescope.
Yeah, it looks like a little Splinter Cell kind of like night vision goggles made of Twizzlers, but then there's like these cookie straws in the middle at different layers, kind of zooming in and out. It's a very
so
beautiful
silly.
concoction. It's a beautiful. Which, by the way, I used to love those cookie straws, and I haven't thought about that in actually a decade. So you just brought me back, and I'm like, wow, it's such a great idea. Okay. You see in the distance, a small but it's like very bright yellow gelatin rabbit running in like a distant direction over a hill, kind of reaching the zenith of the hill, so it's kind of easy to see at the Ferris wheel, way off miles away from the fairgrounds, with what seems to be a herd of animals following it away from the campgrounds. You know, there's a couple sheeps, a couple Highlander cows, a couple horses, basically, and a lone hippo who's slow but following.
Well, there's a yellow gelatin bunny being followed by all of the animals that escaped. So, who knows where they're going? I don't think that's good.
It just seems like, so I just want to point out that it actually, like, if the question was, are the animals like safe? Like, the bunny is not, like, they're not intelligent creatures, it's just gelatin. And it can only mimic animal-like behavior. That's something that you did like kind of learn about from the tapes that you saw. From what you can see, you can reasonably assume that it's not malicious and that they are in fact leading the animals away from the campground. Okay. So it's like they're going further towards nature, and it's not like suspicious. It's reasonable to be suspicious. I just want to point out that this roll was successful, and you can see the animals and they seem okay. Everything's going well with them so far. So now you know where the jester is.
They're following the gelatin.
Like, they think that it's a real bunny and they want to eat it, but it's not a real. It's
okay.
So whenever somebody let's assume that one of the animals like catches it, like they would just stop. Like they would just stay where they are because there's nothing else to check.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
All right, they're just trying to eat one of the bunnies.
Exactly. So they're good, right? So the animals are safe, and you know where the jesters are. Baron's passed out against one of the glass panes, and Lucas has like a moment of respite because after a while he just drops him on the floor, laying on the pod. as he gets his breath for like the 5-minute ride, until you get down, you guys get off, and he has to heave and go back to that. At this point, we're reaching the halfway mark for our game, so we're going to take our 15-minute break a little bit now, and then we'll get back to purple calling cards and yellow and green jesters when we return, everybody. So, see you in 15.
Bye.
All right, and we're back, everybody. Welcome to some more Chew. All right, so where we left off, we got off the Ferris wheel. We discovered the jester who was playing with gelatin animals and training them in circus-like fashion, and actually seemed to have released the animals, freed them, and are not using them for gelatin rituals or anything particularly dark.
Yet.
You link up as you get off the Ferris wheels. I imagine you exchange this information.
Did you guys see that guy in the jester hat? Back that way over near the forest?
No,
Bobby was
we
doing a
saw
pretty good job at pointing him out.
It was like whipping gelatin animals and shit. It was pretty odd with the seal in the middle, like monkey in the middle style thing. It was weird.
I saw the animals chasing a gelatin rabbit.
Like, you saw the animals that like were freed?
Yeah. A couple of horses, some cows, a sheep, cybernetic hippo. They're all chasing a yellow rabbit. Farther out, right? It was farther out.
Yeah, it seemed to be like miles away from the fairground. Basically nowhere that, you know,
Yeah, they were-
if all
they
the
were-
security is focused on the battleground, yeah, like they wouldn't be.
They were pretty far out.
Well, why don't we
Were they okay?
make our way to?
They seemed okay.
Yeah.
I think this jester is a good way to go.
That's what I was gonna say. It seems like if those animals are running away off in the distance, and they're probably still running while we're speaking, they're just getting further and further. I don't know. Seems like let's go check out this jester and this shit right over here in between these tents.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Man, this is just a bizarre day.
Who would have thought you would
Yeah, I
have
don't know
found
how
so
you're-
much gelatin in a beer fest?
Yeah, I don't know how you're holding it together there, Colby, you know, with your vegan lifestyle, surrounded by all this animal activity and gelatin and shit.
Not very well. I might need to steal some more drinks from you.
Yeah, I got it covered. We got to keep that shit on the down low. I don't want to get mobbed by people that are looking for alcohol.
Right. That. Yep. All right. Let's go let's go see the jester.
Everybody walks on over to the jester, and kind of like, do you want to go? Does anybody? There's no stealth in this game, but I just want to ask the group as a whole. You know, did you want to approach stealthily as a group, or was somebody gonna wild card, or is everybody just gonna chase the jester immediately? What's the plan here?
Does he seem to like
Well,
have
while-
a crowd gathered around him?
That's
Sorry.
that's what I was
Hit
gonna
him.
ask. Is while we're approaching, and what do we see? Like, what are the details?
So like it was pretty clear from what you saw above because of like the super crits. Like there was nobody around. It's in a maintenance area, and it's almost like he's doing it for himself. It's and to to play with.
Oh well,
his
then if
shelf.
that's let's. I imagine Colby would want to kill this guy,
Oh
whipping
my
any
God.
type of animal, gelatin or not. But like, yeah, let's sneak up on this asshole and I'll wrap him up and sleeper hold him or something, and I don't know, we'll question him.
I want to see you do that. Let's do that. I don't think, Bobby, have you ever put anyone in a sleeper hold?
No, but I've seen it in plenty of movies and stuff, right? You just like wrap around and you're like kung fu this, kung fu that, and they're like, and you ask them what you want, and they're like, oh shit, I better answer some questions. The tough guy got me wrapped up. It's like that.
Okay, if that's the plan, I'm going to show you the correct
I think
way
that's
to
a
do
good
it.
plan. No,
We could,
let him try.
We could throw Baron at him too. Just chuck a 200-pound Baron at him, you know.
a discus throw, but barren.
Just a bunch of
I'ma
dead
throw out-
weight flipping through the air.
Throw a hawk of ham at you.
I don't know how far we can throw him. Lucas can hardly carry him.
I mean, in Lucas's defense, he's a wimp.
Okay, so
Maybe,
let's do this.
Somebody can make a distraction or something, and I'll go up behind and try to wrap him up.
I can make a distraction.
I mean, Mama's made to be a distraction.
It's true.
We could
If
do a
she wants
distraction
to.
together.
Maybe
I
he,
do
maybe
have
he
the
needs a
moves.
crowd. Maybe you could be his biggest fans, you know?
We could also give him the old, my grandmother is sick. Help.
Can we do get help? I hate get help.
We can do get help.
Get help.
But
Hey,
who's
Raider.
gonna throw her at them?
Why are we throwing people? I don't understand.
That's how the get help works. One pretends to be hurt, and then when they come to help, you throw them at them.
I don't think that's
At
how
least
it
that's how it
works.
does in the movies.
In the movies. I've seen it in the movie.
So I have the perk Smooth Criminal. That when I employ stealth to sabotage or cause a distraction, my actions are like quiet and subtle.
Okay,
So, I
so
can
that would take you
quietly
from
make a distraction.
yeah, that would take you from a risky position to an in control position. So even if you failed, you know, you most likely would not, because you are really, you know, still close, you know, to it's a danger cluck maximum
Yes.
here. So
Would that combined with Mama's saccharin?
with the saccharin, let's do a Dinah roll for whichever one you'd feel comfortable with, and then yeah, using the saccharin approach, and then you can come up with something to say to him, and then Colby can just, you know, being stealthy about it just makes it easier for everybody.
I thought we were distracting other
jester.
people. So that... Are we distracting other people or the jester?
Oh, there's like nobody around the jester,
Just
so
the
it would be
jester.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're distracting him to get so that you can sneak up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Colby can do it. I don't need to.
I mean, Bobby's putting him in a sleeper hold, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that would be the
Hopefully, I mean, I saw it in a Jackie Chan movie once. I'm gonna give it a shot, you know.
So
Now,
Colby.
Leslie, right back.
Bobby-
I think I need popcorn
Bobby,
for this.
just make sure that you get their arteries and not their air pipe, their windpipe. You'll kill them that way. That's the difference between asleep and dead.
Oh, it's kind of important to know. Yeah, okay.
And I kind of wrap my arm around him in a sleeper hold to show him where to put the pressure and to leave it off, so he doesn't kill the guy by accident.
just making sure. Just
She puts me out and then wakes me up, like not
No,
do it
I
like
don't-
that,
I don't
not
put
the
the
other
full
way. I'm like,
pressure on
what
you.
what just happened? Okay.
I don't actually put you to sleep, but I show you like where to put the pressure and where not to.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll try to sneak up once they do a successful distraction, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. So whoever would like to distract, you can roll, and then pick an attribute you think would be appropriate, and then later on Bobby can do the same, and let's see how it goes. Both will be in control, and the effect will be standard for both.
Well, 1 second. I accidentally closed Roll20.
No, it's
Mama's
okay.
not doing
It's
anything to
Roll20.
help. She went to get popcorn. and
Yeah,
comes
I
back
think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. That's what I want to do.
Now I want popcorn.
offers some to Callie.
Right?
She takes some, launches this.
All right, I got a 6. 2, 3.
A 6 for Colby.
I wonder if Valerie
All right.
Vodka's listening. Bring me some popcorn.
So Dinah's eating popcorn. Colby, how would you like to distract? And then we'll go into Bobby roll.
Callie's rolling right now, or sorry, I missed something.
Yeah. So hi everyone. We're trying to they're trying to distract the jester who is who is circifying some gelatin animals. Hi everybody with the raid. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah. No. So Callie's just taught Bobby how to do the sleeper held. Yeah, eating popcorn that Dinah offered. How do you want to distract the jester, Colby?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Colby is going like, he's like in a central area. Like, where are the exit points? How many exit points are there for?
There's
him
like
to,
there's like
potentially
4.
run?
There's like 4.
Okay, and are they tents that are like around?
Yeah, they're like the alleyways that form between tents, and so there's like 4 alleyways
Okay.
they can escape from.
This nature. So Colby will like weave in between the tents, and she is like pulling out like certain pegs from the that are like keeping the tents upright, and is actually going to collapse the tents to like block off most of the exits besides the one that Bobby is going to come up through. But she like rigs it so that she's like wrapped, she's like caught the rope so that they will only drop like when she's like ready for them to drop. So lengthening them with extra rope that she has in her bag within her like her kit that she has.
And then he notices you setting this up, setting up these like Looney Tunes tight ropes to trap some Roadrunner. Bobby, roll your which attribute would you like to use? Which trait would you like to use? And then what approach or perk would you like to use to improve that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with instinct, obviously, once again, but I'm going to hopefully use my approach of cool, because I'm trying to be like those cool ninja guys that I've seen in the movies. You know, I'm going to slick up behind them and just rise up, wrap them up, choke them out like I'm a regular Chuck Chan, Jackie Norris or some shit, you know?
Okay, so let's roll for sleeper hold for Callie taught sleeper hold, a veteran taught alone.
Oh, nice! Whoa!
3 crits.
That's
This dude's not only put to sleep, he's fucking dreaming about me. It's crazy. Without any pillow talk either.
Whoa, what? And then just actually, down. It's not even his gelatin animals immediately form into like they jump into each other, and then they all pop out again as penguins, and they start sliding along the ground out towards one of the alleyways under the ropes that Colby had. But the jester is passed out and there.
When I see that happen, I'm just gonna say, just slide. Just a weird Fight Club reference. Sorry.
I thought that was a perfect situation because, first of all, because they were in a circle.
Hey, look, it's my sister Valerie Vodka here, bringing me some popcorn. Let me get
It's actual popcorn. Yeah, that's cool.
Look, I got some popcorn. It's
got some actual popcorn. That's so cool. Okay, about 30 seconds later.
Through your beard, like under your beard.
That's how I eat. I slide it in. All it's cool, and I incognito. I'm
You can't see me. About 30 seconds after the penguins escape, the Skyfall, which is the tower, you hear a huge snap, like something being cut, and then in a moment you see 20 of the yellow gelatin penguin. So the thing goes up, but the hinges at the top, like it's the mechanism's been broken, so it keeps going, and it actually slides off the ring into the air about 300 feet as yellow gelatin penguins are in this in this ring. They slide out, and a little cargo plane passes by and picks them up. They zoom on out. So the 20 penguins have disappeared.
What the hell?
What?
There were no people. It seems like the screaming that you heard was the penguins getting people out of the seats. So that was their slingshot escape out of the situation.
I quit. What?
So
What?
confused.
This is what the jester would have done too. That was the plan. The jester would have done the same if he wasn't immediately sleeper held, but he was. So
You know what, Colby?
is
You have your person. What are you and Bobby going to do about it now?
yeah, exactly.
Can we just congratulate Bobby on that expertly done sleeper hold?
Can
Yeah,
I
it's like a
check to see
ninja.
if he is asleep or dead?
Well, he's
use
perfectly
my
put to
training?
sleep, tucked in now. And I think when she goes to look since I had 3 critical successes, he's not only asleep, he's like tucked into a little makeshift bed wearing pajamas. He has like a little nightcap on. He's like all tucked in, dreamy, snoring. It's unbelievable.
Got Sandman. Got the Sandman dust
Right.
in his eyes.
Yeah. I tucked him in and everything. So told him a little bedtime story. It was crazy.
30 minutes pass, and the sand on the crust start to
Well,
crack open.
we need to tie this
in
guy
that-
up.
I was
And
going to say, in that 30 minutes, Callie would have tied this guy up for sure if
Oh,
nobody
well,
else did.
the tucked in is like a 17th century tucked in. Like it's like triple tuck, it's a Dinah qualified tuck. It's so tight that this man can't get
Yeah.
out, so you don't need to worry about him escaping.
Like he's sewed in, kind of tucked.
Yeah,
we've
he's
basically
so
like have found an empty tent with that single light bulb suspended from the ceiling and just like turn that on, and he's like in a metal chair, still wrapped, like basically swaddled. tied
yeah,
up.
exactly. He's essentially smart. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So we like turn
So-
on that light so that's just on him, but we're like in shadow.
He's looking over at Dinah and Colby, and he's like, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Oh no.
I think he needs to go back to sleep.
He's just a little scared, but he's swaddled. You don't have to beat him to sleep.
I mean,
Yes, we do.
Colby, if he's asleep, he can't answer your questions.
Did you set the animals free? Maybe we need some drinks.
I did, yes.
Oh no, he's
They
talking
shouldn't
to
be
himself.
here.
Why not?
Okay, but then you're whipping him?
No, I'm just releasing them into the forest. Alright? They're just having fun. They'll be fine. I'm trying to replace them with my animals.
Why?
Cause mine are better, okay? Like the funner.
So you don't really care about the animals. You just had capitalistic instincts and wanted to use your own for your own gain.
Yeah, it's my skill. Listen, the man you want is the Säufer, and that means drunkard in German. The Säufer, right? And der Säufer,
he says, my name is Dinah, which is like the fool. So the fool says that the man you want is the drunkard. The drunkard is that you can imagine is probably this man who's been eating who eats the casks of beer one by one. And he's like, we're just Jellassassins, okay? Now, I know the widows, they're trying to get everybody out of here, but, I don't want to leave. I just want to have fun with my animals, okay?
The widows? Does Calliegh know what that is? He said assassins and the widows.
So, he's essentially, and I mean, these would be the Latin words for it, but you've identified these powers, so I'll just say the words. He's a Jella Bestiaire, which is a type of Jellassassin who can create animals with gelatin, and that's it, right? And then cause them to mimic slight animal-like features for a little bit. Whereas he says that the widows are Jellassassins and Grape Aiders, which they use to create basically strawberry and grape like gelatin, weapons and armor. He used us, okay? He's trying to get back at those Deutsche Brauerbund bastards.
Why?
Because they're hoarding the beer. They think the EMA is going to come and take all the beer, okay? They're putting it in caves. You know how much is buried under this ground right now? We're on a gold mine. A gold mine made of bread, and I'm trying to get to it, okay?
Why would the EMA take the beer?
Yeah, Lucas.
Lucas looks at you and backs away slowly.
I pull out my 69 special.
Holy shit.
Are we really? We're adults now. Are we really going to play this game now?
Bobby's all up with his popcorn. I'm not. Oh, shit.
It's like you never won as a child. What makes you think as an adult you're going to win now?
He pulls out his revolver. And right now it's sibling against sibling Mexican standoff.
Why would the EMA steal the beer? If you shoot me, Mom and Dad is just going to kill you for you hurting your little sister.
Maybe you should all calm down and just have a drink, Settle your nerves. Talk this over like family. Let me whip you up a couple drinks. Just relax a little bit. Sound good?
Listen, are settling this like family.
You think it's just me? The whole EMA's on your ass, all right? They know you're here. They sent me to look after you. The FDA is going to pay a pretty penny for your extradition back to the States. And I'm getting that promotion, sister.
Really?
You're getting good.
This was your plan?
Really?
At a carnival? When I don't have to deal with the FDA's red tape anymore?
I deserve to be happy, all right? Just like you, all right? It's not my fault you got blacklisted.
I'm happy.
It's only right one of us gets ahead.
I mean, you still have yours, don't you?
He fires.
Ah!
Please roll a resistance check for me.
I'm seeing if I have anything.
This is just a D6, and then we'll see, whatever it is, we just decrease your appetite by that.
It's a 2.
Okay, so you lose 4 appetite. It misses. It grazes off, to the side, right, as he runs away. It wasn't ever really meant to hit you, as he doesn't want to hurt you. He just wanted to arrest you. But he is running back for like kind of EMA support.
I'm
it is
going
clear
after
now.
Running
I'm
she's
running.
bleeding. She's gonna.
I'm
She.
running.
This is like Lion King, Nala going after Simba. She's gonna try and pin him again.
Pin him to the ground,
Yep.
like tackle him. Okay, so let's roll for tackle here. Whatever you think would be appropriate.
Probably her training.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Eyes on the Prize because I'm gonna dig in.
Okay.
Which I ignore
That's-
any kind of conditions or anything that I might have.
You're honing in, complete Terminator.
Yes, because I've been rolling like shit.
Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't this time. 5.
I got a 5.
A 5. Yeah, you got a 5. That's pretty solid. Okay. So you definitely do tackle him, and you're able to pop his weapon away, but not before he calls for support from the EMA. A couple of squads are on their way there right now. Your best option is probably to take Dernar with you, and continue to listen to him about whatever he had to say concerning Der Säufer.
Yeah, so Callie, on top of her brother, just goes, "Take him, you guys go, I'll deal with this."
Yine. The jester says, which is like, yes, no. He's like, yes, I want to live, but no, you shouldn't do it alone.
Well, someone should stay with you, Callie, and then the other two can take this fool and Baron. You can't do this by yourself.
Oh, no. Please don't hurt me.
I haven't left you behind before, Callie. I don't plan to do it now.
How well do I have my brother pinned right now?
Pretty decently. I mean, he took his gun and he has like his hand behind his back, it's pretty.
All right, so what I'm gonna actually do, since he has no gun, is I'm gonna hook his arms behind his back, so I have like complete control over his mobility. I'm taking his ass with this.
Bobby, can you carry Baron? And I guess I'll try and get this guy. He's pretty swaddled, so.
I could give it a shot. I mean, carrying and looking around this dad bod over here that the Barons have been working on with all that ham is pretty tough, but I'll give it a shot.
Or Maple, can you make something really fast that we could carry them in? Do you have a getaway car?
I could try. Make a cart. I try to make a simple cart, like a wheelbarrow. Yes.
I think I think that's pretty easy.
All right.
Yeah, like if you can make some Splinter Cell goggles, I'm pretty sure wheelbarrows are pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So she takes out. Let's see, what would I make a wheelbarrow out of? She takes out some Jolly Ranchers, like the long thin ones,
Yeah.
And a couple of those caramel apple lollies, and sticks those as handles, and creates a wheelbarrow, and then uses Oreo cookies to make the wheels. Now there's a wheelbarrow. Ta-da!
Now we can
You
throw
just
Baron
pop
in
them
there.
You throw Baron and a jester, I imagine, in a wheelbarrow.
Dibs on the Oreos when we're done.
They're rolling on the ground.
They're going to be quite dirty.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, we'll get you some Oreos afterwards. Oreos are actually vegan. I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh. Learn something new every
Yep.
day.
Learn something
Let's
new
go.
every day. So you roll on out, and you're able to make it honestly back to the tent where there's the most people, and sort of blend right amongst the other 10,000 people that are in this Oktoberfest grand tent. So there's a lot of music, a lot of dancing. Everybody's focused on the drinking. You can get away pretty easily in there. Okay. So
It's pretty normal to be pushing around some drunk people in a wheelbarrow. Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, nothing to see here. All right, everybody, some
This is
dude in a
sad.
jester's outfit,
Yeah.
you know,
Just a little
with a
cute
bunch of
as
covered in
Looks
jelly,
Pretty.
just covered in jelly, squelching against the wheelbarrow every time he moves. You know, it's not nothing to see here.
At some point in this transition, I do whisper in Lucas's ear, and you wonder why I left the family to go straight. This is how you
He's-
treat family. At least I
There's- oh, yeah, this-
provided for you guys.
There's 3 in the wheelbarrow. There's Lucas is in there too. It's like,
No,
listen, Callie.
no. Callie has Lucas.
Oh,
She's
you're
making
just
him
holding the
walk.
gun to him. Oh, you're just okay.
No,
you're
I
making
don't
him
even
walk
have
with
my
the gun.
gun out anymore.
Oh, you just.
I just have so I have my arms wrapped around the front of his, so that his arms are behind his back, and I'm controlling where he moves.
No, okay, and he's forced to go with you. He's like, listen, Callie, just make it easy on yourself, all right? You're gonna have to run soon. I'm not gonna let you last for long.
Unlike you, I've been running my whole life. I'm used to it. Are you, Lucas?
We'll see if I can catch you, sister. We'll see if I can catch you.
I
And
gotta let go of you first.
that's so ironic, like wrecked. It's such a perfect. Okay. You make it on down, and the fool says, you know, so he really alludes to the fact that you could put 2 and 2 together at this point. The same person that he's talking about is another Jellassassin, you know, who was trying to form that secret society for people who had food quirks, as they don't feel like they have a support system. He corroborates this, so you know this to most likely, you know, she was telling the truth when Dinah and Colby met her back at the diner or at the vegan bakery. But it just seems like all of the Jellassassins have different motivations. Honey Hamm is, you know, left. The Jester is doing something with the animals, and these other people are trying to create a support system. The Jellassassins seemed incriminated or involved in the video that you saw, and they are here to some extent. One is left, but they don't really seem to be part of any wider beer plot, right? He's like, listen, I'll tell you something else, okay? Something you probably didn't know. And he points to Aloysius. And he's like, you see that statue over there? He has like at least 100 bras on him.
So?
That's not a statue. It's a person.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a fool. He's been arrested long ago. He puts himself in weird situations, and he sells the information to high-quality bidders later. You see, everybody in the Bavarian state government, they sit around the angel, because he's supposed to give them the advice. But, it's not an angel, it's a person. He's gonna sell those secrets. You see all them right there? They're part of the state government. But really, they're also chairman on the board of the Deutsche Brauerbund.
Do you have any
Lucas-
other information?
He just tells you that the what he is called a ligum mutatio, which means like wood changer. So he can turn himself into have like bark skin and kind of root in different places, right? He does this by eating large amounts of vegetables and basically using it to turn his skin into plant cells. And he's done it to such a point where he can change it to bark very quickly. In fact, now that you can hear some like some like muffled coughing from beneath like the 100 pieces of like undergarment that are like on this statue. And it's like clearly a person. So in the middle of this tent if you really want to know what's going on, you're gonna have to rip this angel out of this this column, and take everybody's undergarments off. If
I
that's
have a
what
better
you're
idea. Hey, Bobby, you know what trees don't like?
What's that?
As
Oh, no.
Colby like reaches into her bag and like pulls out like 3 different lighters and matches.
No.
I
No.
was gonna say fire.
You're just gonna light the tent on fire. There's like 10,000 people in here.
Dinah's like, Dinah's like, I have one job, and it's to make sure that Baron doesn't blow things up. Colby, are you sure that's the only mode of meeting our goal?
Oh, meet Michael.
I like it.
And Baron
I
taught
mean-
me it'll get the people out. We'll leave an exit.
I mean, you only have to really set him on fire, right?
Right?
Well, I
Yeah,
thought the
it's-
point
I
was
mean,
getting him to get
this is-
information. We don't want to kill him, right?
This is also true.
A little
Yeah, but I
fire
mean-
never killed anybody, right, Lucas?
Yeah, because I mean, we'll put it out after it stops once we prove that this thing isn't actually a statue. That way we could prove whether this guy is telling the truth or if he's just leading us on some wild chase, too.
So light him up.
What do we do about this guy, though?
Who's this guy?
Which
The
one?
fool. I think. Have you given us all your information?
That's everything I know, I swear.
Oh. Colby just sort of meets Callie's eyes. He seems like a loose end, Callie.
He might need a little deodorant, if you know what I mean.
You know what we do with loose ends? And in Lucas's ear, she just whispers, "Watch closely."
So Lucas
So-
is staring.
Do I have to? I guess I'll do it. Well, so
I kind
Colby
of
will actually,
Have
because
my hands full.
that's true. I'll be right back. Come with me, Mr. Fool. We're gonna go for a walk.
Oh my god, are you gonna shoot him in like it? You gonna shoot him like in the alleyway?
Well, she doesn't currently have a gun on her, so
You should have a
other
standard issue.
things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you,
she
you
does
do
have
have
a
your
certain issue.
yeah your regular.
Yeah, so Colby will lead him out to sort of near where all the dumpsters are, just like the big black bags of everything that's overflowing from the food, you know, that's been tossed out behind the various tents. She'll just sort of shake her head and smile. Why don't we sit down? She'll just like kind of plop him down next to one of the black bags and like we'll actually like sit down next to him. She's like, why don't I'm sorry that we have to do this. But I'll make it quick because you freed those animals. So thanks for doing that.
Wait, no! I thought we had a deal.
I mean, I don't remember
Please
us
don't hurt
making a
me.
deal. I mean, I don't think this will hurt. that
Wow.
much.
Okay. You can just fire like you can just
Yeah.
and then ketchup splatters, and the der Narr is no more. So that's just gonna scratch.
After Colby leads the Joker or the Fool. Dinah, you remember that number I gave you in Cairo? When things were looking real bad and you asked, is there anybody, if anything happens, you should call?
Right?
You still have that number, right?
Of course I do. And she pulls out of her giant leather bag a jitterbug phone and shows Calliegh that she has the number saved.
I could take the easy way out and just, finally one up my big brother right here, right now. And I turn him so he's facing me as best he can as the hold that I have him in. But I think calling our mama would be the best solution right now.
I agree. When somebody acts up and they need a little bit of consequences, I feel calling their mother might be the most natural.
Okay. It's just so sad. It's just so sad for the loss. I mean, did you think you would need to roll anything for that?
To make a phone call or to intimidate my brother?
Yeah, to intimidate your brother. Let's see how much you're trying to get information out of him with the EMA. You're trying to call this, right? You're trying to.
I mean, right now I don't really care what information he has. She's really just trying to, because after finding out her fiance's dead, she's really just trying not to kill him right now. So Dinah calling their mom is more of a, maybe like a more of a gut reaction for her so that she doesn't rely on what she's good at. Because she doesn't want to kill her brother.
So you're trying to call your mom. Okay, I mean, okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I want to get that right.
Call her mom. Yeah, no. She's gonna have Dinah call her mom and tell her that her son is acting a fool and needs to come collect him.
Okay, I feel like that makes perfect sense. I want to go verify one detail. All right. So Dinah, go ahead and make this call and let's make some saccharine check against Grace Lemon in regards to Lucas Lemon.
Do I need to roll something for that, or am I just calling her?
Oh no. The calling her is fine. I guess it's just like a pre-roll to see like how sweet you can be about, about what's going on, and to tell her what's going on without worrying her.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. So she picks up and she's like,
Whoops.
"Hello."
Mama, she's a trained assassin as well. Just
right. Hello there, dear. I'm calling about your son here, Lucas Lemon.
My son. Whoa, that boy is so dumb sometimes. What happened to him?
Well, he did something a little bit extra unwise and tried to fight his sister.
His sister? Which one?
Right. She's asking me which sister.
Lavender.
Lavender?
Lavender? I haven't heard from Lavender in forever. Aww.
Well, look, excuse Lucas. I'm sure whatever nonsense he's into can be resolved quickly. You tell Lavender that I love her and that I hope she comes home to see me soon.
Right? I
mean,
think she wants you to come get Lucas.
come get him. Where is he?
You got
Germany?
you have to let her know that he shot me.
He shot your daughter.
I told that boy never to play with the gun cases. That's why I never gave him the codes, even though he begged me for them. Oh, I'm gonna make him pay for my whole plane ticket, for the foot rub I'm gonna need after this, for the hotel I'm gonna have to rent. When I'm spanking him, no. He went off to go with that weird agency. It's not no more of this. No more of this. And,
All right, then.
And he's like, so, send me the Google Maps link, and then basically hangs up, and
She told me to send her the Google Maps link, but this isn't a smartphone.
Bobby dear, there's a pocket in the back of my dress. If you could just pull it out, it'll send the location right to her.
You got it.
You're in so much trouble.
I love this so much. Colby would probably come back around now. Just trying to be completely nonchalant. So we're relighting this statue on fire? Or the tent? The whole tent?
I mean, so let's roll for lighting and let's see if it's successful. You can get him off. If it's partially successful, some of the Deutsche Brauerbund people will burn as well. And if it's a failure, the tent will burn. So let's see what happens.
I'm excited. So I'll probably use training. With, let's see here. I don't know. Would this be sabotage?
This would definitely be sabotage.
Okay. Let's do some 3d6 then. Unless, does somebody want to help me try and light an inconspicuous portion of the statue on fire? So.
This is going to be a desperate position, and this will be a great effect.
I could lend a hand.
I can make a distraction.
Okay.
I have my hands full.
It does not seem necessary, as Colby has already rolled a 6 on that first
And a 1.
on the first try. It's yeah, but we take the 6. But we take this because it's the highest. Good for you. The best and the worst. I mean, it's a complete success. You're able to avoid the danger clock going up and light a small tinder under it basically. In order to do that, you kind of have to crawl through the tables and pass through the feet of the elite without really touching them in order to go ahead and light. What essentially happens is that when you start the fire, it catches on the undergarments, and everybody in the tent sees the undergarments light on fire to reveal Angel, who has now debarked his head, and he's just screaming behind when the underwear part. He's like, "Ah, get me out of here!" Everybody starts screaming when they realize the angel is screaming. The angel's supposed to be made of wood. I mean, it's chaos, and people start clearing out of the room.
Oh, perfect.
The Deutsche Brauerbund people stay because they're more like they're laughing about what's going on, but they also feel protected since it's really their territory. And their holiday, they don't really want to abandon ship. Most of the civilian folk kind of disappear though.
So this bark-skinned person eventually falls to the floor, and then that's where the DBB, the Deutsche Brauerbund elite, gets scared. They realize that they've been speaking about these backroom deals or whatever nauseating prospects that they're discussing, and that this person's heard everything. They immediately try to commit violence against this particular person when a rotund lederhosen-wearing man comes in with 4 casks of beer, 2 in each arm, throwing 1 each in every 5 seconds, and you identify this as the Säufer. It seems like the critical characters have entered the same space. What happens?
Oh gosh. I guess Colby would put the fire out before it consumes him. Because I don't think we want him to die yet.
No, we don't. So,
oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
he's not on fire. It was completely successful, and it was great effects. I mean,
Okay.
you know, he's been removed. Nobody's on fire, but now there's just like there's a tense moment where these different people are all that, like, the EMA is there. Okay, Lucas is trapped. There's EMA backup coming into the room. The Säufer has entered. The DBB seems to be more guilty than what they let on, and everybody's in the same room. And this is kind of the best time to ask questions before we move, because like we're about, I would say, 30 minutes-ish away from ending session. So we're going to ask a couple questions to the remaining people, and then we're going to enter investigative phase, figure out method, motive, suspect, like we normally do, and then we'll do an action play, and then finish up with, our normal, XP, sort of debriefing questions.
Oh gosh. What have we gotten ourselves into? I don't like this. So Colby is right there next to the guy, since she kind of went up to light the thing on fire. Is he awake after falling down?
Yeah, he fell on his feet. He's okay.
Okay. So I feel like she would try and grab him and get close to him to make sure that the EMA or the Deutsche Brabant don't do anything to him, because they need him.
They want to hurt him, so you're trying to help him.
Yes, let's use the word help. As she quickly says to him, if you don't want them to hurt you, you should probably come with us.
Okay, I'll hide behind you, whatever. My gig's already cut, all right? You guys already ruined it, whatever.
Yeah, but we want to hear what you heard, so maybe don't hide behind me. Maybe go hide behind, him or something. She'll, point over to Bobby and Mama.
He goes over to Bobby, and he's like, listen, all right? You seem pretty cool, okay? I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm done with this crap, okay? I've been doing it for too long, and I don't get paid enough for it. Always, every year after year, wood here, wood this, stay here for 2 months, 3 months. I don't ever get to see my kids. I'm done with this, okay? So I'm going to make it real quick. These mooks right here, all right, they're trying to hoard the beer, all right? They think the EMA is getting in their stuff, and they're, preventing the beer from flowing. All right, and on purpose, though. They make all the beer, and they're hiding it.
case the EMA tries to take it away like they took the chickens. Oh, I miss Georgie, my favorite little spackle hen. Oh, I miss Georgie so much. And so he seemed like he owned chickens, so he's
At
partial.
that point, Calliegh just goes like she has in the past. Chickens are just illegal to eat, not to have. Read the bylaws.
It's like I don't know, man. You know, my friend in Philly, he got D-Bear. He got arrested. You know what? And he just had some little bit of cooked chicken on it. It wasn't even uncooked, all right? It wasn't even raw. Listen, I'm done with this, okay? You know, I'm gonna get on a plane. I'm gonna go back. I'm done with this. You guys are gonna attack me, and I'll go with you. All you need to know is, I mean, so I'm telling you, right? So I'm putting myself in your hands, okay?
Okay.
So
Mama.
Aloysius, Angel Aloysius, tells you essentially that they're fighting over territory, until finally you hear him speak. What a lie! These controllers, they seek to keep it from the people. Oktoberfest was never going to be the way it was in the past if the Deutsche Brauerbund had their way. They were trying to give us scraps, floats. Where's the beer when you want it? I've been happy for years, but this time I knew it wasn't going to be enough. I hired the Jellassassins for just a bit, but you've already found every single one of them. You've met my widows. You saw Honeyham leave. I can't do anything around you damn FDA fools.
Who's
And
FDA?
now we find ourselves at a crossroads. Oh, don't act like I don't know. I have a contact in basically, so just to take a moment back, because there's a lot of factions being thrown around here. The EMA, which is the European version of the FDA, is really on the DBB's, the Deutsche Brauerbund's, butt for their withholding of the beer. The EMA is trying to expand in influence and power, and this union is trying to hold it in an area that's been traditionally theirs for, hundreds of years now, right? Especially with how sacred beer is, and with the German purity law, and with beer, I think it's like 1513, maybe even a little bit older. Point is, it's their purview. This particular German feels put off by the way that they've been rationing beer ever since the panini ended. And so he's trying to get back at them by taking what little beer they did send to Oktoberfest and showing the people how bad it got. You spoiled these plans, burned the tent, kicked out, the animals got out, like the slingshot blew up, everything that could have possibly gone wrong, right? This Oktoberfest has, and nobody's really, able to have fun anymore. He tells you that he's hired a rat in the EMA, right? That he would hope, he already told them all the information about you guys and the FDA and who he knows. But he's angry because their Säufer says, Lucas, you fool, come on! You weren't supposed to get captured. Please, just tell me you didn't tell them anything, right? You didn't say anything, right? I told you to keep your mouth shut. Lucas really, kind of just looks at him dejectedly.
I mean, we can change that. Everybody's mad about different things, but everybody's problems can be fixed with the right solution. Am I correct, little brother?
I don't think so, little brother. Hey,
I mean, big brother. Sorry,
yeah,
you're
it's
just
like I thought you.
like 2 inches shorter than I am.
Yeah, you were being pejorative. You just, he's like, little sister. Listen, you're right. I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm happy Mom's coming to pick me up. Okay. I don't really want to tell Grace everything that's happening, but it's better than this. It's too complicated for me. Point is, you're screwed. Everybody wants something different, and I don't think this is gonna end in a happy way. The DBB wants complete control over their beer content and the right to hoard it for many, many years without it seeing surface. They're putting it in caves. The Säufer and other Germans want access to the beer that they expect to drink on Oktoberfest. And the EMA wants to expand power the way the FDA has, in addition to arresting you and offering you back to the FDA to get a favor later.
Callie actually starts laughing at this. You think that returning us to the FDA is gonna get you anything? Come on, Lucas.
We're gonna move into.
We grew up in this. You know better.
He's like, I'm not a part of this anymore. Okay, now you messed up everything. All right, and now you're in everybody's manure. I'm going home. You have to deal with it. And he just seems really dejected. Stop saying that. Gosh.
Stop pretending I don't have you in a hold that you can't get out of.
At this point, we will move into investigative phase, with the main question being, who ruined Oktoberfest? Okay, we'll do it like normal. As many as we get right equals 1d6. Method, motive, suspect equals 1d6 towards the investigation solved, and the next step of our conspiracy revealed. The important part here, and then we'll get to some debriefing questions about conspiracies. The Blacklist conspiracy has been advanced, as you know that the Europeans are also trying to capture you and extradite you to the U.S. So you're not only blacklisted in your own country, but you're blacklisted in other major regions with great arbitration as well. So we'll start with, I always offer the choice. We go either suspect, method, motive, or motive, method, suspect. Where do we want to start here in terms of who ruined Oktoberfest?
Suspect?
Yeah.
Suspect. Okay. Who did it? Who is the worst? Who is the worst offender here?
EMA?
EMA.
I think it's the EMA.
Me too.
Callie, Bobby?
Was it the EMA that was hoarding the beer?
The EMA is trying to expand their power so they can hoard the beer, but they are not. The Deutsche Brauerbund has preemptively been hoarding the beer for about 2 or 3 years now since the panini, since the bird flu panini, to protect their beer futures, and in doing so, have contributed great, to the social unrest surrounding the festival. The EMA, however, have been a major pusher in that because of their policy, their aggressive expansionist policy.
I mean, I think the actual hoarders of the beer might have ruined Oktoberfest because it's
that's cool. No, they're both, like, I would say those two are great answers. Okay, both of those are both like really, really solid answers, and everybody should be comfortable with their answers. So we have 2 EMA and 1 for DBB. Bobby, where do you lie? Do you think it was the Germans? The EMA? You're gonna get okay. Because their expansionist policies and kind of pushing everything in this direction. What about the method? How did they ruin Oktoberfest? Not like the ideology, like specifically what do they do during?
I mean, it was their policies that pushed the DBB to start hoarding the beer, essentially, right?
This is correct.
Yeah. So, and it was the EMA, it was the DBB that had hired the Jellassassins? Or the EMA?
So it was der Säufer. It was a concerned German citizen, essentially, quote unquotes, who took it upon themselves to do this like vigilante justice and hire Jellassassins to basically create trouble at Oktoberfest, so more people would get angry and eventually take it out on the DBB. Der
Everybody
Säufer
ruined
is angry at the DBB.
Oktoberfest.
Everybody ruined Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot.
People.
Yeah.
It's all connected. Like, if the
But
EMA
if the
hadn't
EMA
been...
Exactly.
Yeah. If the EMA hadn't been trying to have these policies, the DBB would have tried to hoard the beer, and so then that never would have led that concerned citizen to exact vigilante justice. So we just can't have nice things, ruined everything.
You can't have nice things. Okay, so that's pretty good on the method. I mean, and they were also spying on you. You know, they were, you know, like, damn, Kelly, like, they got, you know, real name Lavender revealed. Top 10 military secrets you didn't know. They even sent Lavender's family after her. That's pretty messed up. You know? Lucas was just a rookie Greenhorn EMA member trying to follow his sister's footsteps, and it didn't work out for him there. All right. Next, so we'll take that as the method. You know, their policies, you know, and the spying. What about and their motive? What's really their end game here? What do they gain from doing all this?
Money?
Whatever they get for extraditing us. Whatever deal they make to send us back. I mean, there's 4 of us. I don't know what they're going to do about Bobby.
They get the same thing for extraditing you that they get for ruining Oktoberfest, although they are not related. But they do get the same thing.
I thought it was like they were fighting over territory, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
That was said.
The EMA wants more land. They want to expand. And so they're trying to do it like the EMA used to have a lot less purview, and now they are a lot closer to the FDA than they used to be. However, the FDA went from having a lot of purview to being almost like the Department of Homeland Security. And so they want to kind of emulate that, and they want additional control, even though it's supposed to be decentralized. They're trying to bypass a lot of EU regulations to act as sort of rogue agents across the continent. Is essentially what they're getting at, right? With their motive. So you're actually correct about that as well. It was the EMA. They were doing it by pushing the DBB and forcing the hands of local Germans, and they did do it to acquire more, essentially power. I mean, the only reason they're going to trade you back anyway is to gain another favor, right? To subjugate somebody else wherever they'd like. They just want a free blow-up card, right? One free election reversal or one like whatever shadow espionage they'd like to do instead. You guys did get all 3 right, and that means all 4 of you will roll 1d6, and we will see how well you actually put the pieces together. That's a 6 for Colby. a 5 for Callie, a 6 for Nikki, and a 3 for Rob. So we have 2 6s. We have a crit, right? We have two 6s in a row at least. So we do have a critical success.
Yeah. Well, mine was just a 2. That was the previous roll with the 6.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Still got a 6 though.
Okay.
Still success. It just won't be as flashy, but you know it's still a success. You were able to put it together and you're able to establish this nominally. You know exactly what you need out of the situation, right? And so this will be like a fully golden. You know, like if there was a ranking on your investigation, this would be like an S-class investigation. The mission clears. We'll move into epilogue credits here and do debriefing in just a little bit. But I want to see some action between, you know, who you say to the available parties. The EMA is here, but they don't have enough numbers to keep you here. The local German populace now seeing their role behind it after hearing what Angel Aloysius said. I mean, and that was public. They start to swarm the EMA as well as the DBB with more of the anger focused towards the EMA. Der Säufer approaches everybody and says, "Thank you. I was those people who were disappearing. I want you to understand, were solely EMA and DBB members. None of the common German populace was hurt. We just wanted beer, okay? And whatever you did, even though I know you didn't mean to." It seems like we're finally on a path to get more than we deserve back to us. I have no idea how to thank you, but we you know, the Oktoberfest patrons will do anything we can to help you. You know, screw these bureaucrats. So you can thank the German people, make fun of the DBB and the EMA, and get ready for your next lead as to wherever Honeyham was going for the next session. What do you guys want to do?
Try to slip out before they take out the EMA and all the beer starts flowing. It's like our job here is done. Now it is time to pursue Honeyham.
I would agree.
I'm okay with that.
So everybody's gonna try and slip out.
It out.
Yeah, you're like, all right, we got it. You know, they can take care of it themselves. Clearly, they know who to be angry at.
Yep.
And make sure that it turns out that way. So everybody slips up through the back as the fighting starts and the beer starts flowing. The more beer that starts flowing, that they basically just start digging, and they find casks of beer planted like in the dirt around. They go to the nearest cave to the campgrounds, and they find like 20 casks, enough for at least a couple days worth. You know, and Oktoberfest is at least somewhat safe for the last couple days. And nobody has any say in hoarding any of it left. You guys make it back to the airport, where Grace is waiting at a terminal. Lavender, you get a moment to speak with your mother, and Lucas, and say goodbye to them before we get into debriefing. I was so worried about you, Lavender. I haven't seen you in so long. Why haven't you called?
Haven't you been... I mean, Lucas said you were getting the money I was sending. I was doing a lot of dangerous things, and I didn't want anybody getting it back to you guys.
No,
you have enough to worry about.
I know. I had the money, but you know, how are you doing? You know, I miss the good Dr. Tilapia. I haven't seen him in quite some time. I'd love to cook him a meal. Is he here? Is he around you?
No, Mom. He's not.
Oh, that's a shame. You had such a great relationship. I really liked him.
He liked you guys too. I should have sent him to you when I left, but I wasn't expecting to be gone so long. Montero took care of him.
Montero? Why, I love their chog. I buy their products every day. Is something the matter?
Don't get too attached to that chog, Mama. Montero won't be around for too much longer.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. They said they were gonna be releasing cheap soon, but I didn't. They never came to the store, and I wonder what's going on with their products. There has to be something wrong.
There was a malfunction in their research. Let's just say, Mama.
Okay. Well,
I still don't eat the chicken.
Okay. I trust you, Lemon. I won't buy Montero anymore. Give me a hug. And then she
Sure.
spanks Lucas. All right, boy, get your damn ass on the plane. We're getting the hell out of here. I'm not flying. You're gonna pay me for this ticket, all right? You know how expensive it is. An express flight to isn't it an express trip to Munich. Please, just come on. We gotta get the hell out of here, all right? Lucas, say bye to your sister and let's get out of here. All right. I'm sorry, Callie.
She'll bring him in for a hug. I'm ready for the next round. One of these days you'll win.
Yeah, I bet I will. I'm gonna practice shooting targets every day, and then we'll have another duel when you come back.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. Just don't practice on Susie.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you said something because that's what I was gonna do. Okay, never mind. I was gonna put like a watermelon on her head and there's or a pumpkin or something or maybe a melon. Not an apple. Maybe an apple.
I don't think that's a good idea. She's not very good with guns, but when you just make sure she doesn't have any knives on her, or else she's a sneaky one.
No, I know. I try and hide all the sharp. I try and hide all the sharp things from her. Okay.
Just don't get mixed up in this government shit, okay?
Okay.
Stick to the family business. Do what Mom and Dad tell you to do. All right? Then you won't end up like me, okay? Don't end up like me. If you want to be happy, don't follow in my footsteps.
I try, but it's too hard. I'm done with this crap. I'm going home.
And take up carpentry. It's a good trade, I hear.
Yeah. I think I will. He hops on the plane along with your mother Grace, and they fly back to your hometown. Everybody gets back on the party bus, one of many leaving the bus grounds as you make your way back to Genoa, Italy, the port, and you hop back on Admiral Honeybottom's ship as the U.S. Navy is willing to, again, take you across national lines to wherever you'd go next. The biggest lead you have right now is for Honeyham's luggage, whose airport code was Charlie Delta Gravity Golf CDG. So that'll be where we pick it up next time. Let's do some quick debriefing questions. If anybody encountered any trouble with their quirk, their approaches, or their or any of their skills, please add 1 or more experience points. Callie, I know you had plenty of trouble. Dinah, your usage of the quirk was really well for the animal. I think that would be a perfect one. Let's see. If anybody else had any cool ideas, let me know for that one. No fallout? Okay. And if you and as many approaches as you got to use, you can also add 1 experience point. So I know Bobby used cool. I know Dinah used was it well aged?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Colby or Callie, if you used any of your approaches as well, you can gain 1 for those.
Colby did. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, conspiracy nut.
Yeah. Oh, well, exactly. That's the next question. Did you advance or resolve any conspiracies during the investigation? And this would be a +1 for everybody.
We got more information about why we were blacklisted.
Blacklisting advancement.
Where Honey Ham is.
You
Yep.
advanced the Honey Ham plot, and that she wasn't tied to what was going on in Germany. You solved the Oktoberfest conspiracy, so that's definitely 1 for that. That's at least 3 for that section. I'm trying to think about if there's anything other. No, that was perfect. Actually, that's actually the maximum amount there. And did anybody make any new connections or deepen any existing connections?
Does it count if they're with each other?
Yes.
I would
Oh.
say that Dinah and Colby.
Yep.
That's so sweet. At the vegan bakery.
And then
haven't-
and then we all I don't know, like, would me talking with Callie's mom and learning Callie's real name be deepening a connection?
I really think so. You've really learned, like, this is the veteran. It's like a spy. But this is like, it's kind of a big deal to know, like, your name. It's kind of like that old lore that if you know a demon's name, you can cast it away.
And
It's like
everybody was there for that. Except for Colby.
Everybody was there for
Colby's the only one.
it
No,
was
Colby
out
probably
back.
did outside that.
I'm sure she came back in time, but she was just covered in ketchup after putting a jester out of its foolish misery. It's just more murder.
It was a clean job.
It's clean. He's put a tarp over and just I'll make it.
Yeah, let's get out of the country before he's found.
It's professional.
I think the like assassination or the like killing connection between Calliegh and Colby kind of deepened as she kind of looks at Calliegh for approval, like, should I kill this person? And then Calliegh's just like, yeah, sure, yeah, go ahead. I mean,
That's
I
3
would if I
so far
could.
for. Yeah, that's a good one. That's 3 so far, and I'd say that Calliegh's connections with your family was also definitely advanced, and that was great. So I'd say 4 for that one. Remember, this is group, so even if it's not you personally, you still get experience for it. These are like kind of like the group questions. So far, group question, not counting the individual quirk and approaches ones that we did before. This is essentially 7 XP at least so far. 7 group plus whatever you got individually. And now it's time for commendations. Did anybody wanted to commend or reprimand any of their fellow agents for anything fun or awful they did this session? Please do so, and now you can give multiple and receive multiple as well.
I mean, every time Mama Maple described making things out of treats, like specifically being like, we're using Jolly Ranchers and Oreos and everything like that. I absolutely love that. I also thought
quirk
it
usage is
was
so good.
fun. Yeah. That Bobby went the whole session without having us like make him have like a concoction to tell people, like have them do the truth. And like definitely keeping that theme of like we can't have alcohol around all these people or else he's gonna be mobbed. So I thought that was good. And then the sleeper hold, like
2 for Bobby.
That
It's a great
that
one.
whole situation was so funny.
yes.
It went so
Just
well.
like-
I don't know
just
how.
like they
I
saw
saw
in
it in the
movies.
movies once.
and then he does
Yeah,
it perfectly.
Yeah, it's some training, and he's like, all right, I got it, and then just it's just perfect.
Little do we know, when Bobby watches movies, he like deeply analyzes what's happening and like rewinds and like.
I'm seeing 3 for Bobby total so far, and 1 for Dinah. Calliegh, what commendations, reprimands you thinking of giving?
I want to reprimand Bobby and Colby for not kissing in that Ferris wheel.
Yes, one experience point.
And I want to commend Colby on becoming the littlest assassin.
The assassin that could. But really though, but really could. So that's 2 for Colby, and that's 4 for Bobby total so far. Dinah, what commendations and reprimands would you like to give apart from the one you did for Bobby?
I would like to give a commendation to no, wait.
Or reprimands.
Not really. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like it's a commendation for calling her mother, but a reprimand for telling us what her real name is. Like, that's a bad spy move. Yeah. So yeah.
That's 2 for
reprimand
Callie. Awesome. So that's 2 experience points for Callie additionally as well. And Bobby, which ones would you like to give?
I think Colby's setting everything on fire, kind of just going balls out there, not beating around the bush to question things, but just setting the whole town on fire, so to speak. But I think also Callie doing the, I think it was a perk or something to get the flashback info or whatever.
Yeah, is really useful.
I think
I think what's going on with Honeyham.
Yeah, exactly, and not just that, but I think in general, using that and then just kind of helping connect the dots, because there was a lot, a lot of factions and a lot going on within such a short amount of time that we have to play, and I think Callie using that and then kind of putting some things together was good.
Put it together real quick too. Got a perfect investigation. Everybody, you beat up who you needed to beat up. You tracked down who you needed to track down. The only loose end, which isn't really a loose end, is some gelatin penguins that got away, and everything turned out pretty perfect, in a very ridiculous way, I might add. All right, so that's it for our debriefing questions, and that's it for episode 6 now of Chew. Like I said, everybody, the Kickstarter has just ended, so go ahead and check out BackerKit and their Facebook for more information. Thank you so much again to our sponsors, Weave the Tale, for hosting us every Friday, and Imagining Games for their wonderful food-based mystery RPG. It gets juicier and juicier every week as our agents get closer to figuring out why they were really blacklisted, and in their inevitable return to the States to figure out what was going on. So we'll begin with outros. My name was Anthony, and I was so happy to be your head chef again. You can find me on Twitter at Prainntheplague, where that's mostly where I am. I'm always on Twitter. That's really what I'm always on the Bird app. Didn't used to be, but now I am. I have a lot coming up. I have 2 Extra Life games that I'm going to be playing in this week on Valdriant's channel. I'm running a rune quest tomorrow of only ducks, and it's going to be DuckTales, where except they can cast spells. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on Val's channel, and then I believe 6 or no, it's actually at 3 Eastern on Sunday. I'm going to be in a Persona game run by at Celeste about P_L_S. So I'm really excited to play those Extra Life games. I'm also going to be in an Extra Life game towards the end of the month, playing Fallout with a very wonderful crew, one of which is actually Rob here. So I'm very excited to play that as well. And I'm going to be starting to play some Fallout on Rob's channel towards the end of November as well, where we're going to be doing mono party stuff. So keep an eye out for some advertisements and casting calls out for that. That was me. And thank you so much, everybody, again, for a wonderful time. We'll go down the cast list in no particular order, and we will start with Nikki tonight.
Hey, I am Nikki. I am halfling_Nikki, NIKKI on all of the social medias I want you to be able to find me on. And I am co-creator of TTRPG, that's TEATRPG. We have our first episode of Besieged by the Dead, which is our Ravenloft campaign with a fully queer cast. It's going to be an amazing mess, and I cannot wait. So tune in for that at 11 a.m. Pacific.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, everyone. Ooh. I love watching stuff. I loved your Halloween session, for example. That was so much fun with the 10 candles. So I just think there's a lot of fun stuff coming on TTRPG, and everybody should definitely check it out. Up next, we will go with Dido.
Hello, I am Dido. I actually do a lot. I just realized today that I stream 5 days a week, which is kind of like a full-time job. You can catch me here, obviously, on Fridays, but then Saturdays I play over on Party Wipe. And then Mondays and Wednesdays I'm over on Swindler's Den, doing a homebrew, which is about to end shortly. And then Rime of the Frost Maiden, which is really, really brutal. I'm on my 3rd character. And then Tuesdays I am helping Jack playtest his new Babylon game, which has been really fun. I definitely figured out that I am a murder hobo, and I'm okay with that.
Accept murder hoboism, reject modernity.
Yes.
No, it's a classic. So keep an eye out for more Dragon Game appearances. It's always fun. In fact, I'll probably be doing some of that myself later on in the coming year. So that's going to be cool. Next up, we will be going with Sam playing the wonderful Colby Jack.
Hello, I'm Sam Scribbles. I am on Twitter at ScribblingPenny, where I usually post any sort of cosplay or shows that we have coming up. I'm also the community manager over here at Weave the Tale. And yeah, I guess you can catch me next on Sunday with our Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2e stream. Ran by the amazing Ian James, who is also like our head tech coordinator here on Weave the Tale. And super excited for that. Other than that, I don't have that much streaming going on. I'm usually behind the scenes with things, but I really love it when I get to play games. So just always happy to do that. But yeah, just make sure you check out our Twitter schedule. We're already planning our next season starting in January. And have some super exciting things coming up. So I'm super happy for that. And again, the amazing art that you see in all of our portraits was done by Crossfire. I will post their link tree in the chat. And make sure you check them out, because absolutely amazing person to work with. So happy that we got to do that.
So
That's
good.
it for me.
I love the way they look. And last but not least, again, like we did at the beginning, we'll go with Rob Mulligan here playing Bobby Bourbon.
Yeah, I'm GM Rob Mulligan. There, let me take off the Bobby Bourbon thing. Yeah, check out Cyberpunk Uncensored on both Twitch and on YouTube. Give a follow, a subscribe. I would really appreciate the support. We do lots of gameplay, tutorials, all kinds of videos and streams. So yeah, just check out Cyberpunk Uncensored. And not just on Twitch and YouTube. You can check out cyberpunkuncensored.com. Lots of free assets for your gameplay. We do lots of Cyberpunk Red, Fallout, upcoming Dune. So yeah, hit us up. Lots of GMs. And we have lots of interaction from our chat when we stream our live gameplay. There's all kinds of rewards that you can do with your points and stuff to kind of affect the gameplay and manipulate it as we go. So it's a lot of fun.
I love that aspect, and Rob recently sent me some GM tip stuff, like resources from some cyberpunkuncensored.com, and it was really cool to take a look at it. So really, there is quite a lot of stuff to get there. That's free, you know, and just great. Always nice to have more resources. So once again, thank you everybody for joining us for another Friday night on episode 6 of Chew. Have about, I believe, 3 more sessions, of Chew left. We're getting close to the ending here, so keep an eye out to see how this conspiracy really expands. See you all next Friday. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Bye.